This is the D-Generation CLIX podcast with your hosts,
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Ruttman,
Ravage.
Hand me that bottle cap.
Miles Kane,
Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Daniel Schwab,
Best friends.
Asgard to mouth.
and Pete.
'Cause I'm just me.
Welcome back to the D-Generation CLIX podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me as always are Miles, Dan, and Pete. But we are here to do the set review for the Black Panther Commons, Uncommons, and Rares, so we are going to get right into it. First one is 001 Black Panther.
We don't do that here. So
He has the Avengers and Wakanda keywords,
Wakanda forever!
along with Herald, Ruler, and Scientist. He has traded super senses, and when Black Panther uses it and succeeds, after resolutions knock back the attacker, improve movement through characters, 2 bolts, 0 range. He's got 2 point lines, 75 and 45. 75 will get you 7 clicks, and hypersonic 6 speed with a 17 combat reflexes, 3 exploit weakness, and an 11 naked attack. And then at 45 points, he has 4 clicks with a 5 hypersonic, 10 attack, 17 combat reflexes, and 2 exploit weakness. And then he does have the new traded Wakanda team ability, which is stealth, which is awesome to see in a lot of these pieces. And then he also has wild card. So overall, I think semi-underwhelming. Do you guys like this 001?
I mean, for 001, sure. I mean, he has hypersonic speed for 45, 510, 17, 2. I mean, but we've also been spoiled with quite a few good 001s.
Yeah, the one that sticks out the most, I think, is that Ghost Rider from Wheels of Vengeance, right?
Yeah, he was really good.
Notorious Luther.
Yep, he's also very good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I always look at these words too about, are you going to play him in pulp and how they're going to do in sealed, and I don't think I'm excited to get this guy in either of those things.
I at least like that he has like something special, like he has a trait and he has improved movement, so there is that plus. And I mean, starting with hypersonic is still pretty good.
The interesting thing is it says knock back the attacker. Well, knockback comes from the attacker, so from the attacking square. So that's going to be interesting. On I guess you're going to have to attack. Which way does he get knocked back? Does he get knocked back into Black Panther since it's from his square? It's
Super senses. Oh,
that'll be
okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like when he has the armor and he activates it.
No, I just it's how the knockback works, because it's authorized to knock back the attacker, but it's got to be from Panther Square. No, just for the interaction sake.
It's 001, so in sealed, and then maybe in pulp. But 45 points. My problem is that his damage is not great. So you have to take damage to get to blades, and he's probably just dead.
Yeah.
So
I would have liked to see. I would have really liked to see Blades' whole dial. Then just like.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that bad for what you're paying.
Yeah, especially 10 attack, 2 damage. What you're gonna hypersonic him up there for a good chance at missing and 2 damage.
Yeah.
So little lackluster on the start. Miles, you want to bring us into Black Panther 002?
Wakanda forever!
Yep, Black Panther 002 is the Shuri Black Panther. Her keywords are Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Because I didn't have that ready. Herald, so you can, give her God for free. Ruler, Scientist, and Warrior, and she also has the new Wakanda keyword that grants her stealth. She's 50 points. She has a great Kimoyo beads. I had read it in my head correctly. That would not come out right. Leadership, and when she uses it and succeeds, friendly characters modified defense +1 until your next turn. She has improved movement, elevated in characters. She's an 8/11, 18/2 to start. Has 5 clicks. It's charge, Blade senses and outwit for 2 clicks. And then she gets perplexed for clicks 3 and 4. Combat reflexes 3 through 6, and ends on 2 clicks of sidestep. And her last click is a precision strike. I'm honestly disappointed that this is the only main set Shuri Black Panther that we have. I thought it was a really missed opportunity to not have her as a legacy card for her than the tree.
Yeah, the chase one would have
Yeah.
been pretty dope. I loved that piece when that was one of my favorites when she was before she rotated. Like it was just a really neat version of her.
Yeah. And it just sucks. This is the only Shuri Panther sculpt, because I know we have one in the play at home kits, but that's the most disappointing thing for me, is that because Shuri Black Panther was it was for miniseries when Black Panther and Storm joined the Fantastic Four, when Reed and Sue finally went on their honeymoon after 60 years.
Yeah.
And so it would have been really nice to get more Shuris. So sadly this is the only one that you're gonna pull. I guess 50 points for leadership, but that just doesn't feel good.
I like it
Yeah.
better than 001. You're also getting outwit and an 11 attack with blades on the top.
And you're getting.
She does bring some for you. I don't see her outside of sealed. I mean, I don't even really see her useful in pull.
Yeah. But I think for the 002, she's pretty solid actually. So.
Yeah, she can actually deal damage. She's a little better. I'm just salty that this is the only main set Shuri we got.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther Shuri.
Leadership and outwit are good in common, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this set is going to be a lot of close combat pieces, and so at some point, looking at some of these values, when you're walking up against something that's got like combat reflexes, is going to be a little rough.
Very true.
So,
but next is Luke Cage.
Yo, I'm Luke Cage. You want to test me? You know where to find me.
As a fan of Luke, I even loved the Netflix series. It's always nice to see him. But this one has a hard time standing up to the one we just got from Avengers 60th. So he is 85 points. He's got the Avengers, Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, Thunderbolts, Politician, and Warrior keywords. He's also got Team Player. His big thing that you'll see throughout the set is the crew. So it is Luke Cage can use the following effects based on the number of friendly characters with this trait on the map. So 2 or more willpower, 3 or more modify Luke Cage's defense +1, 4 or more free heal an adjacent friendly character with this trait 1 click. He destroys blocking, and then he's 7 clicks long. He has no low dial. He starts out with Charge, Quake, Invincible, Close Combat Expert, and he gets that, or Invuln for 3 clicks. Then he goes to 2 clicks of Sidestep, Invuln, and Empower, and then he gets 2 clicks of Flurry, Toughness, and Close Combat Expert again. I understand that they don't try to mimic like dials and try to make clones, basically. But man, I wish he was a little bit better, because I wanted the crew trait to basically just be like fluff, where if you play them, they get a little insane as far as like the bonuses you're getting. And I was hoping he'd be playable on his own, and he's not super playable on his own.
It's so hard.
We just got that
Luke Cage.
CUR one that you were talking about that was like just leaps and bounds better than this one. So it's always hard to look at this one and be excited for it when we just got one that was, way better.
Yeah, but I think that's my thing. I like what they were going for with the crew thing, but I think they should have made these guys a bit better at base, and then so you if you then played the team, they're amazing.
Yeah, it's 85 points.
I think he should have had a low dial on click 4, and I think he should have had traded super strength. It's Luke Cage.
Yeah, exactly.
be way
Or
better.
even click 3, just still get like Charge, Quake, Invuln, and combat expert, just something.
All right, going into 004. We got Storm.
That would be Storm. She has the Wakanda TA, which grants stealth. Waxman TA. She's a Rocco Morlocks Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
X-Men, Ruler, and Warrior. She also has the crew trait. And hers breakdown is if there's 2 of them, it's willpower. 3 of them, you get her defense +1, and 4, you get a heal an adjacent friendly character with this trait 1 click. She is 6 clicks long for 60 points, which is reasonable. Running shot, energy explosion, super senses, and range combat expert. And then she goes to a sidestep and kind of more of a close combat piece, and then ends up with Pulse Wave at the end. Pulse Wave knockback for not nothing. So that's I think she's okay. I don't think she's amazing. I think you
No,
play with
she's
other crew and
yeah.
she's fun.
She's actually playable with the crew, but it's interesting that the crew trait is like, is that adding tons of points to her, you know, to her point value? Because yeah, I mean, she's an okay Storm for a common Storm. I think she's good, a lot better than Luke Cage is.
So the problem for me is that we keep getting all of these okay for storms when we need an amazing chase storm. And I know we're getting one in this set later on with a different name, but I just want an amazing X-Men one, you know? If it was the way that I could have it, it's that one from the X-Men Red Run, but every one that I see is just we just don't have one that has like her power. And so, you know, a running shot 10 energy explosion just still doesn't seem amazing.
Yeah, have you read the new version of her when she's on Mars with the rest of like the new Morocco stuff? I know this is a little
that's X-Men Red. That's the version that I want.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the costume's
Okay,
awesome.
okay.
That's the one that I want.
I wasn't sure if we were on the same page with that. That's exactly what I'm thinking of, is her just being able to go toe to toe with Genesis.
Yes, that is the one that we need. So, little detour there. Sorry, Pete. Do you have anything else to say about Storm?
No, I agree. Storm is an iconic character. She has been so many different versions in comics, from her first appearance in Giant Size X-Men to now what she is now. I have no problem with having the red team version of Storm or any other number of Storms we've had over the years. So,
all right. Next one, though, I do like quite a bit. Dan, you want to take Miles?
Miles, where did you go?
I'm right here.
Where? I can't see you.
I'm right in front of you. Can Spider-Man turn invisible?
Not in my universe.
You just poked me in my eye.
This is incredible. Some kind of fight or flight thing.
Miles Morales, he is great. I really appreciated this character since for me, like my big introduction was Secret Wars when he got pulled in from the Ultimate Universe and then crossed over to the main Marvel Universe. So he's 25 points. He is Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man Family. He's got the TA. He's got two traits and he's 4 clicks long. His first trait is adjacent friendly characters have Spider-Man Family, which is always amazing. His second is the Secret Identity, and then when Miles will be KO'd, instead replace him with a Secret Identity character with the listed name on click number 9. This game, when that replacement is KO'd, it instead scores this character's points and an additional 25. So when you swap into his Secret Identity, you get a total of 50 points. So he is 2 clicks of Stealth, Reflexes, and Prob, and then 2 clicks of Sidestep, Incap, and Senses, and he's got 4 range and 2 targets. I think he's great, and we'll talk about his swap in later, and the swap in's fantastic. So
yeah, the swap is a super rare, right?
No, he's a rare. They've made some banger rares lately, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool that they brought the Secret Identity back because Miles didn't get one in the SVAC. So, sadly, or luckily, I guess depending on how you're looking at it, he doesn't have autonomous, which I'm happy for.
I was going to say, I'm actually happy he doesn't have autonomous. So,
yeah, he's great for 25 points. I mean, I think you play him in sealed. He's prob, gives you adjacent friendly characters, Spider Family. I mean, it's
and Spider-Man Family had a team ability too to copy. We've been playing with him for a little bit actually now, and very, very good.
Yeah, he's great, and he's great 25 points. So prop for 25 that kind of can stay alive a little bit is just awesome.
Then we have 006. Amadeus Cho and Kirby. So they have the team player, team ability, Avengers, Champions, God Squad, Illuminati, Shield, Animal, Celebrity, and Scientist keywords. They have the God Squad trait, which we'll see on quite a few people also, which is Safeguard, Outwit, and then / free. Choose an opposing character with the deity keyword within 4 squares in line of fire. That character can't use Safeguard, Outwit until your next turn. Pretty useful at 35 points. And then he's got a trait on his first 2 clicks, or a special damage power on his first 2 clicks, Outwit and Shape Change. And when Amadeus, Cho, and Kirby start the game, generate a Kirby bystander. The Amadeus Cho himself, though, at 35 points, no range, but 6 sidestep on the top. Attacks are really low. Second 2 clicks, though, are stealth and outwit, and he is 4 clicks long. The Kirby bystander that he makes is a 6 sidestep, 9 blades, 16 toughness, and a 1 shape change, and he is tiny, so not terrible. I think for 35 points, he's offering a decent amount of stuff. I think even in sealed you'd consider him, or in pulp you could probably consider him too. You know, outwit and removing safeguard outwit from somebody is pretty big. And then that bystander's not bad.
You're going to see deity a lot more in sealed, so I think he's almost a must play if you pull him.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you pull him in sealed, you definitely need to.
Does he see an uptick in play because you're going to see Poseidons and stuff like that now more commonly?
On your sideline, I don't think that's really going to.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to be played on their main force. But I mean, there are a few good. I mean, I'm trying to see if there's any deities that could see some play. Well, actually, Necron's a deity, so you know he can. If you know the Black Lanterns, he can't use safeguard outwit.
Banned though in pulp.
Yeah, I'm just talking about with modern and stuff. I don't. Is there any other deities in?
I don't think there's a ton of popular ones right now yet, but maybe after the set releases. Not for nothing too. His outwit is safeguard outwit because he's safeguard outwit, so it's always nice to have an outwit that can't get outwitted.
Actually, Darkseid has deity, so maybe
Oh, that would actually be huge, yeah.
So, I mean, a butterfly swap. You're like, oh, I'm going against Darkseid. You're like, man, I don't really want to use my trick arrows, and so you just bring him up there, and you're like, all right.
It's not a bad idea to put him on your sideline for that. Taking away the protected outwit or a safeguard outwit on a big guy like that.
Yeah. Pulp, 200-point Moon Knight's deity. So there you go.
Yeah.
And so, I believe, what's his name? From Notorious is, I believe, as well. I can't remember.
Who's that?
Black Adam? I don't think he's deity.
He might be, actually.
So
no?
He might be. I think he is.
Yeah. I think he actually might
yes,
be.
He is. He is deity. So there, I do. He could see some play in pulp, especially with those 2 tent poles. Yeah. Now those 2 tent poles are no longer good. So
they're still good. He's still just the 35 points that you miss your save change.
What I mean is that you're able to outwit them.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So that is like you can just outwit that defense with invincible, and then actually just deal damage. So no, they're not unplayable by any means, but I mean a 35-point answer to 2 200-point tent poles in pulp.
We need it honestly because I thought that was a big part of what took a little bit away from World's pulp this year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even play an optimized team, and Black Adam just destroyed.
Right.
It was just Black Adam. So,
all right, Miles, want to take us into the AIM agent?
All right, we need big ideas to save AIM. You guys are my brain trust. What have you got for me?
Blood car.
What's that?
It's a car that runs on blood.
Terrible. What else? Oh, we watch Wolf of Wall Street and do what the wolf does. I said stop pitching that. What else?
Your toilet's broken.
I like it. I don't understand it, but I like it.
Dad, one of your dumbasses spilled acid all over my boyfriend.
Come on, guys. Acid is expensive.
Yes, we have the AIM agent. I love seeing AIM. He has the AIM scientist, soldier, and spy, Tinker Tailor. The Hydra TA. And then he has damage power, which is enhancement and a unique modifier. Adjacent friendly characters modify attack +1 when attacking one or more characters that are equipped or holding terrain markers. He's got 4 clicks long. They're the exact same stats. 4, 9, 16, 1. They all have that special damage power, senses, and sidestep, and he has 3 range for 20 points.
I think that's really good for 20 points, but that's just me.
No, that's why I wish somebody brought them in.
Like Scientist Supreme?
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
A little bit of a missed opportunity there. Give him the goon, trait. What is it?
Would be,
Oh, that might have made him a little overkill though with their damage power though. But I wouldn't be against it either. So
he's a 9 attack. It would have been fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking about how many things are equipped or hold it, like how often terrain markers are used. I think that's a lot. At least I feel like it is. So, I mean that unique modifier is pretty good.
He'll see play because he's 20 points on those keywords.
I'm happy to
he's
see him
good
as a
filler.
generic.
Yeah.
Gonna bring us to White Wolf Pete.
White Wolf. He's got the Wakanda TA. He is Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Animal, monster, ruler, soldier, and spy. He has a special damage power, but it's like mid-dial. It's Stop Battle Fury. He's 40 points. He's a good 40 points. 7 clicks with the stop click.
Yeah.
Running shot, precision strike, 17 with stealth, and then when you get to the stop click, he's a charge piece. So these are the elite commandos for Wakanda. So I know I play Wakanda a lot for fun stuff, and I'm happy to see them back. I know Redmond got really tired of the Mighty Thor ones because they just play so effectively together once you get like 2 or 3 of them. So I like this piece a lot.
Yeah, it definitely brings back some memories.
Showing the transformation of them, as White Wolf into an actual like werewolf, I think is extremely awesome.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing this piece quite a bit. Like he's great for 40.
Oh, he sees playing pulp. I mean, even if you're doing non-theme, like that stop click, 7 clicks deep for 40 clicks, that's ridiculously good in pulp.
And don't forget the the stealth from the Wakanda team ability.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're almost not even mad when you activate him to that because it's still blades. Like you have to roll blades, but you're feeling pretty good with a charge with a 12 attack blades and Battle Fury. So
no, very good for 40 points for a common. Then we have Claw.
Hey, come here. Come here, come here. It's okay. You can go, but just don't tell anyone, all right?
Bro, why you ain't just shoot him right here?
Because it's better to leave the crime scene more spread out.
Who is 009. He's got Aim, Frightful 4, Masters of Evil, and Scientist. He has the Masters of Evil team ability. A trait, Stolen Resources, Force Blast. When Claw hits, after resolutions, choose one. Give a hit character an action token. Or remove any one Vibranium token from your opponent's sideline, which obviously is only going to come into play probably mostly in Sealed. And then he's got improved targeting, destroys blocking, 5 range. He has 2 different point lines, 75 and 40. The 75 is 8 clicks long. He's got an 8 running shot, 11 energy explosion, and 18 super senses at the 75. And then 40 is just a phasing teleport with a 10 pulse wave, 16 super senses, and 2 ranged combat experts. So I always have a lot of fun with the claws. I don't know why he doesn't get that much movement attack usually. At least he's got running shot at 75 points. I like the other one in the play at home kit that we'll go over in our other set review a little bit better than this guy, but he's still fun. I don't even know much about Claw, but I always have fun playing his pieces.
The Claw is amazing. I could go on and on about Claw. Was the first like major Black Panther villain being introduced in Fantastic Four. He has tons of history with Black Panther. It's sad that they just killed him off in the MCU. With Pulp already saying that you can get Vibranium tokens, I see people using that a ton in Pulp. And playing Claw at 75 points is not a bad idea because you're giving him that running shot. He's going to be hitting, and you're going to be taking off those Vibranium tokens.
But it's they had the perfect actor for Claw though in MCU with Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis. It was perfect.
No, absolutely no. Yeah, no. Andy Serkis it was a great. Handled him great. And if you know anything about Claw, technically he's not gone since he's pure sound. But like they didn't really introduce that for Claw in the MCU, so I don't know exactly because when he dies, like he gets sucked into just his sound hand, and then he's able to be come back from that. But since he's not a pure energy sound, I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, but. Yeah, Claw is amazing. I love the fact that he has 75 point lines, so he still works with the Frightful 4 swap for silver.
There's one that I had a lot of fun with that I think Pete probably hates. It was that LE from 2019.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That one's my favorite one by far. But this one's kind of fun too. I had fun with the Avengers Forever one and Sealed when I played him also though. So. Yeah.
Yeah, running shot, energy explosion, force Force Blast is not. That's pretty cool. Because that should stack, right, with EE?
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you're just blowing through a wall, so you can. He's very good. He's a very good piece. I don't know about 40 points. I think they could have started him on click 4 and at least given him one thing of running shot, but
definitely
whatever.
Yeah, you play him at 75, and pulp or sealed.
I was gonna say they never really like giving claw move and attack for some reason. They just think it's too dangerous.
Yeah, he gets the phasing a lot. All right, let's go with Everett K. Ross, Miles.
You see that? It's called diplomacy. You're welcome.
All right, we have Everett K. Ross. He has a shield TA, and his keywords are shield, Wakanda, Wakanda forever, and top 32 at Worlds politician. He has a trait, shield liaison to Wakanda. When establishing theme teams, Wakanda friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword gain the shield keyword. Friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword have shield. That is extremely huge because you can get your ranged attack. Bump your rage up 3 times, bump your range damage up 3 times. His damage power is nope, I don't get fired. Perplex. Unique modifier. Whenever K. Ross uses Perplex, if the target has both the Wakanda and Ruler keywords, you may choose to modify damage. That's going to be huge. He's starts at a 7/9, 17/1 with stealth for 2 clicks, 2 clicks of sidestep. He has that special perplex on clicks 1 and 2, and he has precision strikes on click 3 and 4 for 25 points.
Great 25-point support piece.
They always manage to make Everett good for just a guy in a suit.
He's the man that sold his soul for a pair of pants. So I love him.
True.
I mean, it's when you're played by Martin Freeman, it's kind of yeah, that's it. He's Bilbo Baggins and Watson, perfect. No, this character is extremely great. I mean, even with just playing Wakanda, getting to shield because you have if you wanted to play him in modern with Wakanda Hulkbuster, giving him and his allies, if you want to go straight Wakanda, shield is huge because now he has 7 range and potentially 7 damage. Like, I know it's only going to be, that's pretty much going to be your only attack option, but still, the fact that you can just bump up his range to 7 is just huge because now he's that much more of a threat instead of just a 4 range.
On the right team, that 25 points goes so far.
It does.
All right, Pete, let's hear about Hatut Zeraze.
Oh, Redmond, they're hitting all the hits here. Hatut Zeraze, PD team ability, Wakanda TA. Keywords are Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Assassin, police, and soldier. Assassin, official favorite HeroClix theme of this podcast. He's 2-point line 30 and 15. He has running shot, toughness, and range combat expert on his full dial, and his low dial is running shot, energy shield deflection, and enhancement. I love him. I don't know. I'm gonna play him. I'm gonna play like a whole gaggle of them. Yes, sure. There's gonna be 30.1s, 15.1s.
Yeah, I actually want this figure to be 50 points, so he has a 50-point line and a 15-point line for the expendable goon trait.
That was right where my head. We were on the same wavelength. I was like, wait, 15 points? He should literally be a goon, like, but just the good, like the good version of a goon. Yeah, like that would have been really good.
A good assassin goon? Are you serious? Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have added to him a lot. But yeah, for his point values, that's not terrible at all.
Next is the Dora Milaje.
The Dora Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje find themselves to be.
She has the team player and the Wakanda TA. Her keywords are Wakanda,
Wakanda forever,
and warrior. She is either 30 or 15 points. She's either for 30, you get charge blades, toughness, and close combat expert, or for 15, you get charge, precision strike, reflexes, and empower. I don't know which one I like more. This is a great common. Like, she's amazing.
Yeah, it'll be cool to play a bunch of her on a Wakanda team.
Again, I think this and the Hatut Zaraz should have been like goons. That
Yeah.
was the only thing that would have made this better.
Have they given the goon trait to any good guys, or is it always villains?
Always bad
It's
guys.
always villain.
Okay.
Yeah. And this would have been perfect because these are both goons. Like that's
Yeah.
Well, why not?
exactly
Well,
what
yeah.
they
So
are.
why not bring it into this, but just have it be called something else for heroes instead? Then
Clearly, you guys don't understand villain economy, and they have expendable goons all over, whereas heroes, they don't.
They
Okay,
can
it's a
call 'em
very
something
simple
else.
thing of comics.
I'm pretty
So-
sure that most Wakandans would gladly lay down the life for.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you could just make the trait called Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
And then when this character would be KO'd, roll a d6. On 1, 2, 3, they're KO'd or whatever. You have something like they drop a vibranium token or whatever.
Yeah.
And then on a 4 through 6, you can generate someone that has that trait. Boom, done. Wakanda Forever.
You're not feeling great when there's 2 or 3 of these staring you in the face when they get going.
yeah, that's
Yeah, they loaded up.
definitely another piece that's worth both of her point values for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Next is 013 IO with the Wakanda team ability, and what keywords are Wakanda,
Wakanda forever!
armor, warrior, and then the first trait is at the beginning of the game, add 2 vibranium tokens to your sideline, not bad and sealed. And then it has defend and willpower on its first 2 clicks, and then it also has free remove any 1 vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, remove an action token from all friendly characters with the Dora Milaje, named Dora Milaje within range. Improve movement through blocking, destroys blocking, and then for range, it also has flight. 2 point values, 60 or 30. The 60 has 5 clicks and starts on a sidestep with the defense power for the first 2, and then leadership. And then for 30 points, you get 3 clicks, running shot, precision strike, ESD, and leadership. So again, I think you're definitely looking at this one. Do you think that 60 points, I guess for fun, if you're playing a bunch of Dora Milaje, otherwise you're probably just playing 30-point leadership with running shot, precision strike, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. If you just want to do a 300-point game with just her and Dora Milajes, that would just be hilarious because you can just move all your Milajes up and then move her up. And the next turn, have them all take an action to move further, and then she can just take those actions off. So then that next turn, they can just all attack.
Yeah,
It seems like a Ryan type of thing. A bunch of like little
generics,
troop builds, right? Yeah,
Yep.
or troop builds. So yeah, it seems like perfect for you actually.
And she's adding 2 vibranium tokens to your sideline right away. So 30 points, that'll interact with every other piece that has vibranium tokens. And then also leadership. So yeah, definitely worth it, I think.
And running shot precision is not nothing with stealth.
Yep.
And since you can play those vibranium tokens in pulp, I think definitely a possibility there too.
Also, she, for whatever reason, destroys block. I mean, 30 points for what she does feels pretty good, honestly. Like, destroy blocking on top of it all.
Yeah, another.
I'll be honest, I hate the fact that she has a ponytail. I like the MCU AO.
Yeah, I do too.
I like her. You put her on Wakanda for 30 points of leadership every time.
Yeah, easy choice. Do you want to go to 014 Wakandan Scientist?
Yeah, we have Wakandan Scientist with the Wakanda keyword,
Wakanda forever!
as well as Scientist and the Wakanda team ability. And like you said, with AO, that gets the 2 Vibranium tokens. It makes her really good because she has a trait called Vibranium Research once per turn. When Wakandan Scientist or an adjacent friendly character with the Wakanda keyword hits, after resolutions, you add a Vibranium token to your sideline. That's not so important, but she has a free remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, choose an adjacent unequipped friendly character and you generate a Vibranium armor token, equipment token, and equip it to that character. So now they're getting +1 defense just for free right off the bat. So you can load them up with that. It's not too bad. She's 6'9", 16'1" for all 3 of her clicks with 3 range, willpower, and outwit for 15 points.
Yeah, she's great.
These are I like because we had the Wakandan Scientists back in ABPI, and I think these are like another just really good version of them. And I think they were almost the same amount of points. I think.
Now, Pete, I played you a few weeks ago with this Wakandan Scientist on my team. What did you think about her performance?
I thought she was kind of key to your team surviving as long as it did because of the vibranium stuff.
Yeah.
You just couldn't outwit my team because it was just dark side.
Right.
And some parademons in that. So she's sneaky 15 points.
Yeah, and Wakanda team, she did really, really well.
Colleen Wing.
Please. I don't need you to protect me.
Avengers, Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, Detective, Martial Artist, and Spy. She's got a trait. We are at least getting paid, right? When Colleen Wing or another friendly character with the Heroes for Hire keyword KOs an opposing character after resolutions heal a friendly character 1 click. She ignores elevated for movement. She's 2 points, 50 or 25. At 50, you get 6 clicks, charge blades, combat reflexes, and empower. And then low dial at 25, she's sidestep, precision strike, combat reflexes, and then eventually gets to a stealth, steel energy, super senses. I'd like her at 25. I don't know about 25 more points for charge, but I guess there's places where you could do that.
No, yeah, you just 25 points. I mean, when you're building for competitive or even in pulp, like there's no way you're like, no, I have an extra 25 points. I'm gonna pay an extra 25 for charge.
Yeah.
I'll take sidestep and precision.
The Avengers team ability is not bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems decent for 25 points on the low dial, but I don't think I'm playing her, right? Maybe in sealed, I guess. Is a body
Maybe
blocker.
once for fun.
Maybe in sealed, yeah. That's about it. Just because she's, I mean, the 4 clicks for 25 is good.
There'll be some week I talk myself into Heroes for Hire, and then I'll go 0-3 and regret I'd made that choice.
Hey, Legacy Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
You know?
Then we have 016.
You're not telling me that's vibranium too, huh?
No, I'm just feeling it.
Killmonger.
All right. He is 60 or 30 points. He has the Wakanda TA. His keywords are Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Assassin, ruler, soldier, warrior. He's got a trait which is flurry. When Killmonger KOs an opposing character after resolutions, remove an action token from him and another friendly character. I would say that's pretty solid because he's got flurry. So and blades top dial. So I would think he's probably killing something. So he's either 6 clicks or 3 clicks. So on the top dial you get charge, blades, toughness, and exploit. And then low dial, you get charge, no attack power, toughness, and battle fury. So I don't hate either of those point values, but because I don't know which one you're playing him in sealed. He's definitely a sealed play, I would think. But I don't know which point value I'd play him at.
For blades and exploit weakness, I think 60. He's got the stealth to keep him pretty safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I like him best. And then he's got an 8 speed on that top dial too. So I like him at 60 for sure over 30.
Charge, flurry, blades, exploits, amazing. So
Yeah.
I would play him at 60 also.
And the sculpt's not bad either. I think this is a pretty cool version of Killmonger, especially for a common still.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'll bring us to the uncommons. So the first one is 017 Black Panther.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations. A mantle passed from warrior to warrior.
He has the Wakanda team ability, Avengers, and Wakanda
Wakanda forever!
keywords, ruler and warrior. The trait is Defender of Wakanda. Power, if a friendly character was KO'd since your last turn, generate a character of 25 points or less with the Wakanda keyword on its starting click. And then a special damage power, Wakanda Forever. Leadership, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When Black Panther uses it and rolls a 6, you may also remove an action token from each friendly character with the Wakanda keyword within 4 squares. So he's 45 points only, no range. He starts on his 5-click dial with a 5 sidestep, no attack power, 18 toughness, and that damage power with a 2 damage. This is the one that's a little broken, right, Miles? I think you know about that.
Yeah, in silver, there's
Silver, yeah.
a problematic interaction in silver.
Well, Silver's coming up. Why don't you tell us about it? So people are prepared.
Yep, so his power friendly character was KO'd since your last turn. Just says it doesn't say from an opposing effect. You generate a character of 25 points or less with the Wakanda keyword on its starting click. And just so happens that there's a character that has all keywords even when he's off the map, and that is Scott Porter White Shirt. So you can easily get it to where you have butterflies on turn 1. You can, have them on top of elevated terrain. You have someone sidestep, pick that up. That butterfly dies. Then you power action him to generate a Scott Porter that turn, and then every turn. So you can get it. It's sort of like the master mold trick, but it's a lot easier to pull off. Now, I don't realize it's a power action, but still, that's
a power action for a white shirt Scott Porter is worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, and all you do is kill a butterfly. Yeah, no, it's very problematic. Someone has to be doing this. There's just no way.
I suggest not being that person though, and not doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I think I think someone's gonna definitely do it because if the master mold trick people played out, I can't imagine they won't try this in silver.
What do you think about his actual point value and the rest of the stuff that he offers, though? For 45 points, the leadership that succeeds on a 4 through 6, not bad for sealed. And does he make a pulp team?
I don't know about pulp. He does a lot for tempo because he can. It's only on a 6 though, but still that could be big. You hit the 6 and suddenly you remove each character with the Wakanda key within 4 squares. But it's still not consistent, but it's good.
And he's not attacking, which probably hurts a little bit in pulp. But that power action to bring some people in, like the 15 points or no, how much is the Dora Milaje?
15, yeah.
Okay, 15, yeah. So I mean that's not terrible either. Power action to bring those guys in if you've lost a couple. So there could be a team
there's
there.
a lot of things so far that you can bring in. The Hatat Zarazi, the Dora Milaje. I think he's fun. I think he gets a look on Wakanda teams just for the leadership in that, and he does something unique where he's just bringing things in. So I think he's cool.
I think it'd be cool to get a Wakanda pulp team going with this then. 018 Misty Knight Miles.
You know, that's the second time somebody's called me a bitch today. And it's gonna be the last.
I can cover for it. So Misty Knight is she's 50 or 30 points. She's got the Defenders TA or the PD TA. She's also got Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, Detective, Martial Artist, Police, Warrior. She's got the crew trait, like I talked about earlier with Luke Cage, and she's got a second trait, which is Support and Willpower. So she is starting out, she's Sidestep, no attack power her whole dial, and then either Reflexes or Exploit for the first 3 clicks, and she's a 19. And then her back half is she starts with Sidestep and then moves to no attack power, and then she's got Toughness her last 3 clicks, and Outwit. She's interesting. I kind of like her at 30 for support, just because she's kind of hard to kill, and that last click on 19 is funny, especially with Defenders being copyable. You just swap defense values. I don't see that as very bad. I'm assuming that's why she doesn't have like Defend, is because you're copying Defenders, so then you can just swap her 19 around with people.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. And then the support is pretty big too.
Yeah, especially willpower support, because she could potentially keep supporting people every turn, and she's got PD, so you park her next to your big range attacker, and she's, helping making that easier. That's the things I think of.
Yeah, I think 50 is a lot, but I kind of like the 19 combat reflexes and exploit weakness over the outwit. But I guess being able to keep her back and using the support's not bad either. I think it's kind of weird that they gave her willpower when she gets it from being on a crew team also. Seems kind of weird.
I like her a lot. Support willpower traded is really, really good. I mean, the willpower thing on the crew, I understand what you're saying with that, but I think at 30, absolutely a lot, because you're still getting outwit and sidestep.
Yeah.
So she's going to make your team last longer.
Yeah, I think the thing, she seems like they actually tried to make her kind of playable without the trait, and I think maybe that's why she has willpower, even though she could get it from the other trait. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Next is Power Man. So he is, at least I think I'm covering Power Man. I am. All right. So he is 50 or 20 points. He's got a pretty long dial for 50 points, or 20 even. He's got Team Player. He's got AIM Avengers, champions, heroes for hire, thunderbolts, martial artist, and warrior. So a lot of keywords. Um, he's 8 clicks long for 50. He's either charge, super strength, impervious. He's got no damage power. And then he shifts. He's got some precision strike in there, and his low dial is sidestep, precision, invulnerability, and he goes to regen. And then it's a mix of either precision strike or super strength. This isn't Luke Cage Power Man. This is Victor Alvarez, by the way. So people are wondering why there might be a difference. This is a different guy taking on the mantle of Power Man.
Yeah, it's a ton of clicks for 50 points. Some of the dials are just all over the place. That seems really crazy good, especially in sealed. I think this is a uncommon that you definitely want to pull for sealed.
Yeah, like I think he's a pretty solid play in sealed, especially because you have enough Wakanda floating around that he could probably copy the TA. So he's hopefully not getting shot at while he's making his way up there to hit something.
Yeah, and the defense is kind of low, but still, that's plenty of clicks to go through.
Yeah. And I haven't seen a ton of penetrating damage in the set overall. So I think having Impervious is valuable so far, at least.
Yeah, most of it's the exploit weakness if someone plays it on a higher point value.
Mm-hmm.
I found some penetrating damage with the next character.
All right, do you want to tell us about Vibranium Man?
I do. Vibranium Man. He's got the Spider-Man TA. He's got the Wakanda TA. He's Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Armor ruler, scientist, and warrior. This is an Elseworlds version, kind of T'Challa. He's got a trait, armor from the scraps of my ship. At the beginning of the game, add 2 vibranium tokens to your sideline. Then free, remove any 1 vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, heal him 2 clicks. And he has another trait, Wall Crawler, Leap Crime, free. Place this character in a square of different elevation within 4 squares of line of fire. That is good. He does have Running Shot, Pensai, Invincible. 4 damage for 125 points top dial. Then he drops down to a Charge, Blades, Toughness, Exploit piece. At 60 points, he's got 4 ranged dual targets. I think he's great in sealed, especially in this set.
Oh yeah, I love the return of the wall crawler traits. That means they're keeping that alive. So I think that's dope.
So he turns into somebody else too, like with a cape. I was talking to Miles about him a couple nights ago. Does he like transform into someone else?
He eventually so King Killmonger with I think it's the intergalactic nation of Wakanda. This is the guy that unthrones him finally.
Oh, okay.
So he interestingly, he's not Shi'ar. He was raised by the Shi'ar, so that was kind of a miss there for not adding that keyword in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He turns. Oh, what is it? Star Panther, I think, is the name of the guy he turns into. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
What do you guys think about 125 though? Seems a little pricey.
For sealed, I think that's worth it because with the wall crawler, like you don't really need TK. Like you're moving 4, you're placing 4 potentially with that, and then you're running shotting another 4 and hitting for 4 side blast. I mean, I think that's good.
That's just so many.
I mean, it is pricey. I mean,
I think
it is.
Yeah, I agree with Dan though, because I think with the healing from the vibranium tokens, like he's going to be a little bit of a nightmare to get through.
Still just one outlet away. I think 100 points would have been a little better.
I guess, but I mean, he's got Spider-Man TA, which is not for nothing. Like it is a rollout, even if it is only on a 6.
Not everybody rolls 90% 6s, Dan.
Thanks.
No, he's pretty cool.
I mean,
you would play him.
I'm just trying to think of him in field. Like he gives you a bit of an edge with the bigger swing without having to TK something, because the ability to do that and like say make another attack with someone you've TK'd, then I don't, you know what I mean? You're not like selling out your whole team or like one figure to just die.
Yeah. So in sealed, 125.
Either one, I guess, depending on what you've got. I think either point value is good.
Okay. Yeah, being able to heal 2, it just because he still gives 2 at his lower point value, and then the charge exploit isn't bad. So I think I like him at 60 better.
I think he's playable in sealed at either, but I think if you're going to build constructed, probably 60.
Yeah. Then we have 021, Nick Fury, and Goose.
Those bad guys still in there somewhere. Oh, motherfucking!
He's got the Shield team ability, Avengers, Shield, Animal Pass, Politician, Soldier, and Spy keywords. He's got a trait, He's the Spy, Mastermind, and Stealth. When Nick Fury and Goose start the game, generate a Goose bystander, and then a special damage power on his first 2 clicks, which is I'm picking you up now, free. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. That character's combat values can't be positively modified until your next turn. Once per turn, when Nick Fury and Goose carries a friendly character named Goose, after resolutions, that Goose may make an attack. He's 50 points, improved targeting through hindering, 5 range. He has 5 clicks of health. It starts with a running shot, 11 attack, 18 willpower, and then 3 with that special damage power. Seems kind of good to be able to do the you can't positively modify the combat values on a character. 50 points is a little pricey. The Goose Bystander, though, is the same as the Captain America and the Avengers Chewie, which is a Flurry Plasticity Giant Reach 2 with the 6 speed, and then 10 blades, 17 super senses, and a 1 damage perplex, and he is tiny. So this Chewie, I think, has seen a decent amount of play in our games. Always does a lot of good stuff.
Did you
Welcome back, Chewie.
Did you ever pop out the Chewie during Soldier, Pete? I can't remember if you did or not.
I did, and I think he got force blasted into a wall or something.
Okay.
But it was like the worst showing that piece has ever had. That piece is eaten through somebody else's piece many times, and the fact that you can just pick it up, so you can running shot, bring them with, set them down.
Yep.
Somebody can't modify their combat values, and they're getting flurried blades. Like 50 points. This guy, I love him. I'm very excited for this piece.
Yeah, it'll be cool. So it's a very different version of Nick Fury, and I'm all about this actually.
And anytime Redmond has to face a bystander cat, that cat has killed many of his pieces.
It just sucks it's an MCU Fury so this could have easily been, but yeah, it's a great piece regardless. Yeah.
I think it's definitely really fun. A piece that we'll see some play for fun. I don't know if you're.
Having characters that can't positively modify, and then you can. Well, never mind. You Goose makes an attack before you carry him, so before the free goes into play. But still, I mean, Martian Manhunter did it in Pulp. Obviously, he was also at Outsiders and stopped people from using free actions. But yeah, that's. I still think 50 points in that sealed environment for sure.
What about Pulp though with this one?
I think Pulp. Yeah.
Let's see Politician take Pulp Worlds.
Top 32 Worlds Pulp Politician. I could see it.
All right, anyone to Scientist Supreme?
MODOK will lead AIM to world domination and create a new world in the image of science.
Okay, so we have Scientist Supreme with the Hydra team ability. He has AIM, Ruler, and Scientist. 50 points. He has a special attack power throughout his entire dial and a special damage power. The attack power is Seize That Weapon. Penetrating Psychic Blast when a Scientist Supreme or an adjacent friendly character hits. After resolutions, you may unequip a hit character, then equip that unequipped equipment to Scientist Supreme. And then his damage power is Leadership. I'll call for a backup. Leadership Outwit. When he uses leadership and succeeds, after resolutions, you may generate the 007 AIM agent on click 1.
There you go, guys. You got what you asked for.
Wait, so we do have someone that spits them out. Okay, all right.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I was segue. I didn't want to spoil it, but somebody had to say Scientist Supreme. I was trying to foreshadow. Yeah, he's 8'11", 18-2 with running shot, the special attack and special damage power, and then Mastermind. Improved targeting hindering. I actually like that Seize That Weapon's extremely good because it doesn't say equip the Scientist Supreme if he's unequipped. So you can just constantly hit, and then Scientist Supreme can equip it, and then when you hit with someone else, then you can just unequip that other object, and Scientist Supreme equips that one. So it does stack, which is really good.
I'm already building AIM teams with this piece. I'm so excited for this guy.
Well, this is one of the few ones with range Pensai, and then it's also your leadership, and then those the AIM agents are coming out with what is it? Enhancement.
Empower or enhancement.
And he does have Ruler. you can give him Dolphin, and so Ruler, not just Dolphin though, but like that teams up with in silver with characters like Emperor Gladiator, that Blackheart from Rise and Fall.
I was gonna say that was a little bit of a stretch, but that's actually not terrible having enhancement fodder to come out.
No, not for Gladiator, where he's like, "Hey, you can take this hit for me."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also unequipping characters. Like that's what is huge.
Right. Or an adjacent friendly character
And
hits.
it's great. And it's really great with that Blackheart, as Pete showed Sunday, he has energy explosion. And so Blackheart can just be carrying around Scientist Supreme, hit someone with energy explosion, and then you can choose which equipment you want.
Yeah, 50 points, but I actually like this piece quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, here it is. 023.
Oh, Hercules!
All right,
you
so
mean
this...
Hercules?
All right, so we haven't had a Hercules since the last Thor set, and he was pretty underwhelming. This one, I think, is a lot better. So he is either 100 or 60 points. He's got the Avengers TA, so his attack is always going to be a little better. He's got the Avengers, Champions, God Squad, Brute, Deity, and Warrior keywords. He's got the, I don't know if we've introduced this trait yet, which is Fighting the Skrull Pantheon. So when Hercules attacks, opposing characters can't use Shape Change, and opposing characters with the Deity keyword can't evade attacks. So I think a few of these characters in the set have this. He's also got the Divine Favor trait, which is I think we covered that one, or I can't remember if we covered that one. So that's good. So he's always has an easier time attacking too. So he's got +1 attack from picking for the Avengers TA, and this I think is awesome. And then he's got a special speed power on clicks 1 through 4, which is Charge, Flurry, Plasticity. He also destroys blocking. For 100 points, you're getting the Charge, Super Strength, Impervious, and Close Combat Expert. He's at 8, 11, 18, 3. He's got 2 bolts, and he's got that. And then click 4, you get the same thing, except it's a 17 defense, and then you switch to Charge, Quake, Imperv, but your damage goes up to 4. He's got Impervious his whole dial. I really love this figure. He's definitely something that I want to get. I don't think he's like meta, but I think in Pulp he could see play. I mean, he hits. At least that's my thought.
Having 2 targets, I think, is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is both,
I like him a lot.
This is both the Dan piece and the anti-Dan piece at the same time.
Yep.
Now, here's my only question. Where is the speed power? Is it on the back half of the dial?
No, it's on the front half. It's on clicks 1 through 4.
Oh, I missed it there. So Charge, Flurry, Plasticity. Yeah, he's awesome. He's
great.
Awesomely fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this a lot just because I mean I like Hercules as a character. And I think it's dope. He's got a pretty cool history with Thor. So, they did this one.
The Avengers and the Divine Favor stacking is huge.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Maybe a 13, technically a 14, because you're modifying your opponent's defense -1. So.
Yeah, he could be a huge threat depending on the team that he goes up against. Like Dan said, not competitive, but I think this is a piece that you just can have a ton of fun with, and you're not mad about pulling him in sealed as an uncommon.
Yeah, I think in like a regular game, he is you don't want to you don't scoff at this piece because he will mess you up.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's very good. And so we've established that they can make good Herculeses. So Thor, we still got hope, buddy. We still got hope.
That's because Hercules doesn't have the Asgardian keywords, so he's just friends with Thor. He's not from Asgard.
That explains a lot.
He's not. Yeah, he's from Olympus.
The Asgardian is the Marvel Krypton.
It's almost there.
That hurts. That's so below the belt there. Ow.
Yeah, but so true. So true.
All right,
I mean,
Pete,
you're not wrong.
Take 024.
The Plunderer, Savage Land, Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Pirate and ruler. His real name is Carnival Plunder, so he just added an ER for his code name.
Yeah, I actually argued with my wife to get my son's name that. So
I almost thought
my son was going to be Carnival for a while.
I almost thought it was Parsival, and I was like, oh, that's kind of. I'm like, oh no, it's worse.
He has a trait. I'll be taking that. When Plunderer hits, remove any 1 Vibranium token from an opponent's sideline and add a Vibranium token to your sideline. And then he's got another trait, the Black Market. Free, remove any one Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, choose an equipment equipped an opposing character or in any KO area. Plunderer can use the effect of that equipment until your next turn. He is 4 range. He's Dolphin, so I'm surprised I got this piece and not Miles. He's 45 points. He's charge, super senses, and close combat expert. And then he goes to a stealth, precision strike, combat reflexes at the end of his dial. I don't know. He's interesting. I don't see a lot of use for
so
him.
you look at him. So if you can bump up his attack pretty well. I know he only has 4 range, but there's gonna be some instances where someone has a trick arrow. You go ahead and use the effect of that. Now that's probably not gonna work because you can't flip their cards. But because I don't think trick arrow is an effect.
Yeah.
But in silver with pirate, come on now, that's Blackbeard. That's huge. Using the effect of any is gonna be that's. I like Plunderer.
Really weird. Yeah,
I think
I like that it's a unique effect that you can definitely think about making cool teams with, like Miles is doing right now.
Well, and with Collector's Trove coming out, that's just huge. It's also really great too. Is like silver with rings. Like someone has a blue ring, all of a sudden he's not going to be useless. So then you can use the effect of that equipment. So then you can just power action generate a construct, and then he's also giving him power. So
I knew this was a Miles piece. I said it. I saw the dolphin. I said I know he's here.
There's something there. This is one of the best dolphin figures in Modern at the moment, for sure. And he has Wakanda, so that's huge.
And he does have a sweet gold belt.
Did you want to go into? Did you mention that he's also a ruler and he can pair with Aquaman?
Yeah, no, I do that. That's it's part of the course, but that's ruler. I like him more with Blackbeard. I think Blackbeard, the pirate keyword, I think gets really good with him. I'm just trying to show other people that there's different ways to make Dolphin work. So Blackbeard and Dolphin is great. Aquaman, Plunderer and Aquaman are just I mean that they're like Ace and Gary of Saturday Night Live fame.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think he's going to be
Carnival and Arthur.
Really,
That's the new.
really fun to play and just be annoying to people. Especially in sealed, it'll be good to be able to take the vibranium tokens. But if you can get a couple on your sideline, just being able to copy the equipment would be a ton of fun. Then we have 025, Phil Coulson.
I'm Agent Phil Coulson with the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division.
He's got the shield team ability, a special attack power on loan from Fury's Armory. When Phil Coulson attacks, choose one. This attack deals penetrating damage, or targeted characters can't replace or positively modify their defenses. And then a special damage power, Guess I'm in Charge. Leadership, Perplex. When Phil Coulson uses Leadership or Mastermind, use other friendly characters within range and line of fire are considered adjacent to him. So he's 60 points, and on the 60-point line, he's got 6 clicks of health, starts with a 8 stealth, 10 TK, 18 mastermind, and then this is where his special damage power comes in, the leadership perplex. And then at 40 points, he's got 4 clicks, the sidestep, and then that special attack power with the ESD 17 defense and a 3 enhancement for damage. What do you guys think about this one?
Politician in pulp. I think even in competitive, with his keywords, like that enhancement's great, but like that attack power, like he has an 11 attack, and you can choose that it deals 3 penetrating, or targeted characters can't replace or positively modify their defense, which are great options. For 40 points, I think he's a great secondary attacker or even third attacker with being a decent support with a shield TA and enhancement. So you can boost someone's range up 1 and damage up twice.
Okay. At 40 points, yeah, you got to keep him pretty safe. But if you can build a team that can do that, he could definitely help out with a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that's bad at all. No, it's a little funky. I'm surprised his dial. It feels like it should be the opposite, right? Like it feels like he should have those 4 clicks before, and then like the last 2 at the end or something. but for like the low dial. But I like what they did here.
Yeah, it's just weird to have a more expensive piece that is TK, stealth, and leadership versus the 40.1 that's a little bit more aggressive with the sidestep. But I think that's what's kind of throwing me off.
Yeah, his leadership's pretty good though, not for nothing. Is it's within range, so range line of fire, but it's better than adjacency. So and mastermind too.
Yeah,
so.
It's just weird to pay 60 points for that type of stuff versus the 40 for the more like attacker type. But he's definitely not bad. I would definitely probably play him for sealed for sure. And I guess and same thing. You're looking at him for pulp on maybe either one because TK would be pretty big in pulp.
Yeah.
I like Squadron Supreme coming back. I hope they build that keyword.
Who's on that team? Isn't that Sentry or no? Not Sentry.
Hyperion.
Yeah. Which we haven't gotten him in how long?
Yeah.
A while.
Do you want to bring us into Achille, Miles?
Yep. Next, we have Achille Smith. He's a former quarterback for the Oregon Ducks, and he was drafted in 3rd overall by the Cincinnati Bengals. He played in 22 games, had 5 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 13 fumbles. He sucked.
This Achille does not know.
No, this Achille has PD, the Wakanda TA. His keywords are Wakanda, forever! Police, soldier, and warrior. He has a special attack power and a special damage power. His special attack power is only on his first 3 clicks. It's Vibranium Arsenal. Free, remove any number of any Vibranium tokens on your sideline from the game. So any number of any. Okay, everything bad thing, any number of any. Got it. Any number of any Vibranium tokens on your sideline from the game. If you do, choose a friendly character within range. For each Vibranium token removed, the chosen character can use Penetrating Psychic Blast this turn. Damage power is leadership, and when Achille uses it and succeeds, you may instead generate a 11 Hatat Zerazi on its red starting line. If a 6 was rolled, you may also add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline. At 60 points, I don't think you're ever going to play him at 60, but he starts at 5'11", 18-3 with sidestep and vulnerability and those 2 powers. I think 30 is going to be the sweet spot where he has sidestep, TK, and mastermind, as well as that leadership special power. I think that's extremely good with getting those Zerarzis in at 15 points.
He only gets that attack power at 60 points, though.
Yeah, but I mean...
That's why I think that the 30 points is where it's at, because you're your sidestep TKer, and then you're bringing in your leadership, and you're bringing in those decent attackers for 15 points.
Yeah, but he's PD, he's sidestep TK leadership that adds Vibranium tokens, which is really good.
He's given stealth to your team. He's got PD. Yep. Yeah, he's just bringing a lot for 30 points.
I actually think he makes Warrior a lot more playable, because for 30 points for what you're getting, his Warrior doesn't have a lot of ways to get, like I would say, like mobility, and having TK is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Porter was fixing with teams. And this is an uncommon that I know he's not black shirt Porter, but like he brings TK and he brings leadership.
I think the only other TK warrior you have to go back to JLU, and it's Samurai.
I can tell you one person that will play him at 60 points. That's this guy with a bunch of little Hatat Zerazis and White Wolves running around.
I expect it.
I love him.
Yeah, especially when you remove any number of any Vibranium tokens.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now everybody's doing Pensai this turn. Sounds good. Sign me up.
Looking forward to it. All right, Dan Okoye.
If your muscle brains were present, they would still be there, choking on their fuzzy adornments.
You bald-headed demon.
Oh yeah, so she is 60 points or 30 points. She has the Wakanda TA. She's got the Wakanda keyword.
Wakanda forever!
Martial artist, spy, and warrior. She's got a trait, a special attack power, and a special damage power. Her trait is when establishing theme teams, characters with the spy keyword gain the Wakanda keyword. And her attack power that appears on clicks 1 through 4 is Blades, Claws, Fangs, Precision Strike. Free, remove up to any 3 vibranium tokens on your sideline from the game. If you do, Okoye can use Giant Reach of X this turn, where X is twice the number of vibranium tokens. I love just the idea of having like Giant Reach of 8.
Yeah.
Or,
Up
sorry,
to
it's
3.
Giant Reach of 6. I'm sorry, because you can only any any 3. So you max out at 6. I just love Giant Reach of 6. That's hilarious. So she's got improved movement characters, and then her damage power, which also is on clicks 1 through 4, is leadership. When Okoye uses it, she and succeeds, you may instead generate a Dora Milaje on its red starting line, and then if you get the 6, which is the same as Achille, you may also add 2 vibranium tokens to your sideline. I think she's awesome.
Yeah, that's an awesome 30 points.
She's not Achille, but she's doing something completely
I don't know,
different.
but I think she does something that Achille doesn't. Okoye brings Matter Eater Lad to Wakanda.
She sure does.
Oh my God. Big, deep pull there, Miles. Deep pull with the Matter Eater.
Just saying. Yeah. Matter Eater Lad Wakanda.
You're getting so much good support for Wakanda, which is kind of what we figured when we saw the Wakanda Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
You can fill out that team pretty easy with these low-costed pieces that are doing a ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I am excited.
Lots of low-pointed leadership, too, which is good to see because it was kind of lacking.
Yeah, and
Well,
you got
great for certain keywords because, like, spy, martial artist. I mean, I know martial artist. I think actually there is something there with martial artist, and then warrior. You know, the cheaper the leadership, I think Achilles is really great because he brings a TK to warrior. But yeah, cheap leadership is something that has been sorely
Lacking,
missing
yeah.
for tons of keywords.
Exactly. Pete, do you want to go into Ramonda?
I do. Ramonda. She is Wakanda team ability. She is Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Politician, top 32 at Worlds. Ruler. She's the Queen Mother Ramonda. That's her real name. It's Queen Mother Ramonda. She has a trait, Vibranium Stockpile. At the beginning of the game, add 2 Vibranium tokens to your sideline. We are stronger in Wakanda. Unique modifier. Friendly characters with Wakanda keyword modify defense +1 if they are within 7 squares of your starting area. Revan, there's going to be so many +1s to defense. It's going to be disgusting.
Can't
and
wait.
then Queen Mother support. Support is free, but only if there are 2 or more Vibranium tokens on your sidelines. She is 3 range, sidestep 10, defend with that support power as her damage power. Yes, sign me up. Thank you for coming back, Queen Mother.
She's gonna be seeing play in everything. I mean, Pulp, you're playing her. She's got Ruler, which Ruler is very interesting, especially because there's really not going to be a lot of like other figures bringing in their Vibranium tokens, but I think that's fine because if there's anything that a Prime Colossus needs, it's someone that can free support them.
Well, also, she doesn't ever remove any of them. So if she's on the game and she's your only Vibranium like gimmick, you always will just have support as free.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's insane is, so Prime Colossus now has this healer. Ruler's also that 20-point Starro that you can take that power action. You can support, and then support is free. So then now you're getting 2 more supports.
Yep.
There are several pieces in silver that are Wakanda keyword that give you +1 to defense just natively.
Oh yeah.
So there's a world where you're stacking +3 to defenses pretty much every turn just because they share a keyword.
Yeah, she's really good too. Another 30-point character that's awesome.
Yeah.
Brings us to 029 Shuri.
I invite you to my lab and you just kick things around.
Shuri has the Wakanda team ability, the Wakanda keyword.
Wakanda forever!
As long as with Ruler, Scientist, and Warrior, she has a trait, Vibranium Isotopes. Power, add a Vibranium token to your sideline. I think this is the only character that can just add one, right?
One of the few that adds them, right? Are you talking about like
the figure that did with a power action?
Is there someone else that does it like that?
I don't.
Oh, I think I think the only one for a power action that does it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's her. Otherwise, you have to meet certain guidelines or whatever. But then on our first 2 clicks is the special attack power, telekinesis, and free. Remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, choose an adjacent unequipped friendly character, generate a Vibranium armor or Vibranium weapon equipment token, and equip it to that character. Another 30-point piece. She's got sidestep, a only 9 attack with that special TK, but then 17 toughness and then 2 perplex. So 30 points, you're getting TK and perplex, and you can pump up your characters with vibranium armor or in a vibranium weapon. So that is, I think, very good. And again, only 30 points.
Yeah, and she has ruler once again, so you can just bump up people's damage and all that. And she also has the warrior, which needs TK and perplex, and so now you have a different option, and you're able to just load up everyone on warrior with +1 damage or +1 defense.
Yeah, the vibranium armor is +1 defense, and the vibranium weapon is a +1 damage. So if you don't come with any equipment on your piece, just being able to bump them up like that, especially just +1 damage, that's awesome.
Well, and there's also a figure with warrior that's a prime that can be equipped with multiple equipments, Prime Elsa.
Yes, so you can
just
make
load
her
up with 3 of them.
If you give her 3 of each, what is she at?
At 30 points, she'll be 21 and 5 damage, and that's a free attack 5 damage precision strike.
Plus the trick arrow shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
This is Wakanda Hulkbuster's new best friend.
That's true. Wait, can you? Oh yeah, because you can still equip giants. It's just that that you can't start them equipped. Yeah, that's actually quite good.
Yeah, vibranium armor for +1 defense, 100%.
Oh yeah,
and TK
more damage.
Yeah, because it's still single base.
Single base.
Yeah, he's a single base. Yeah.
Yeah, Wakanda's getting a ton of 30-point pieces that are just awesome.
Yeah, she's great, but she's also good. I think just on her other keywords for 30. Like, yeah, she buffs Wakanda a lot, but I think even just what she does for 30.
Oh yeah, another ruler, scientist, warrior, all good.
Yeah, ruler needs tons of support after rotation, and she fills that.
Yeah. All right, Dan. Here's your chance. Tell us about a Thor.
Well, he's never fought me.
Yeah, he has.
He's never fought me twice.
What can I say? This is actually he's pretty decent, not gonna lie. He's not good, but he's not bad. So he is 100 or 60 points. He has the Avengers TA. He's got Asgardian, Avengers, God Squad, Deity, Ruler, and Warrior keywords. He's got the Divine Favor trait. He's also got a great trait, which I want to abuse with a certain figure that's banned in silver right now. It's when establishing theme teams, choose a friendly character with the Avengers keyword to gain the Deity keyword. That character can use the Divine Favor trait this game. Friendly characters with the Deity keyword have Avengers. So.
Oh, you count time dilation, Spidey?
No, the better version, which is Prime Spidey.
Oh, okay. I was just because. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that was just.
I'm talking about playing a good figure.
Oh, well, you were talking about playing Thor, so I assume we're gonna play with figures that are as good as Thor.
I mean, I was like, hey, for 60 points, at least he's got super strength and battle fury, so it's something. But for 100 points, you get running shot, side blast, invulnerability, and ranged combat expert. He does have flight with 1 target. He is 10 clicks deep, so there is that at least. And for 60 points, you're getting 6 clicks. You start with charge, super strength, invuln, and battle fury. The last 3 clicks don't make a lot of sense unless he's Donald Blake. So it's hypersonic, energy explosion, toughness, and support. So he's still not like good, but he does some interesting stuff.
He could win 3 of 5 pulp games at Worlds, like Simon Garth did.
Maybe that actually might be doable in pulp, but we'll have to see.
I don't know what you are really that upset about. This is a rare.
Actually, I think a really good Thor. Yeah,
I like him at full. 12 for 4
I do
pass
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not exciting, but he's neat. He'll stick around.
Yeah, I like the trait. I think the trait to play around with giving out that Divine Favor trait is cool for Avengers. I think that's pretty tight.
I mean,
and I don't think he's necessarily bad.
He's a 13 for 4 up top, and even on his low dial, he's a 12 for 3 with the Avengers TA.
Yeah, and then you're divine favoring, so you're probably hitting someone without the deity keyword, which then means you're -1 to their defense. So no, I don't think he's necessarily bad. He's not amazing.
So at 100, I think he actually has a lot of.
Those top clicks seem like they're worth the extra 40 points, though, being a range piece first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and he's just a deep dial then, too. Like, having to get through 10 clicks is a lot.
Yeah. Would you consider playing him in pulp?
Yes, I would definitely consider playing him in pulp.
I think him at 100 actually becomes one of the better attackers of Pulp.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to consider too.
Yeah.
The keywords aren't bad.
Especially with Wong, to get rid of mystics, so that way a lot of the popular characters that are mystics right now that are the tent poles, that way he doesn't have to eat all their damage when he's attacking them.
And he's Avengers too, right? Is he Warrior also?
He's a warrior also. Yep.
Oh yeah, so that's not bad. Little combo. All right, we have
and then a few figures. No, he's not Warrior. He's just Avengers. The 40.1
that gets rid of mystics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were asking. Oh, I thought you were asking about Thor. Sorry.
We have 031A War Machine.
War Machine coming at you.
Miles.
Yes, this is. I was looking at him, trying to think of like, him or Thor. Now you look at Thor's 100 points, you're like, that's bad. And then we get to this figure. You have War Machine with Avengers TA, Avengers Initiative, or Avengers keyword, Initiative keyword, Shield keyword, Stark Industries, Armor, Soldier, and Warrior. He has the crew trait, which is the same as them all: 2+ willpower, 3+ modified defense +1, 4+ heal and adjacent friendly character with this trait 1 click. He has a trait and a special damage power. Those are going to be on his 30-point line. There's damage power. The trait is energy explosion at the beginning of your turn. Roll a d6 and modify the resulting combat values +1 this turn. 1-2 is attack, 3-4 is damage, and 5-6 is attack and damage. He only has 7 clicks for 125 points. It's 8, 11, 18, 3, which is running shot, precision strike, perplex, and impervious. He drops a psychic blast at click 3, and then click 2 he loses his running shot for some sidestep, get some vulnerability and some prop for a few clicks, and then his last click is precision strike, regen, and shape change. Yeah, the 30.1 is the perplex prob. When War Machine uses either, he can only target friendly characters that share a keyword with him, and if he's part of a themed team, may use them regardless of range and line of fire. And I actually think this is where you see him, and especially about 30 points. He's only 2, 9, 16, 1. Regardless of range or line of fire, you get the perplex and the prob.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad, but 30 points for that.
No, I'm talking about strictly for Pulp.
Oh,
no,
okay.
It's just no. You're not going to play 120. You're not going to play him for 125.
Yeah.
When you look, it's just 30 points, and that's the only reason why I would say it's 30 points is because you can just hide him, and you're still able to benefit from the prob and the perplex if you're on a theme team.
Yeah, I guess 30 points on Pulp you could make an argument for.
He's a great board-wide support on Avengers. And those other keywords. Perplex and probability control, that share a keyword if he's part of a theme team, regardless of range of line or fire. So, sure.
You think that's enough in constructed, though? I feel like he just gets taken out immediately for 30 points.
No, I mean Pulp.
Yeah,
and modern obviously because he's got the soldier keyword, so he's not hiding. But in Pulp, 100%.
Not for nothing, he also still has his that overwhelming firepower trait at 30, which I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could still pump up a little bit, but it's a 9 attack. I don't know.
I mean, you're getting you have a 67% chance to just get +1 attack or attack and damage.
Attack, but yeah. It's 5 range triple target, but no, it's mainly for the board wide. I think 30 points in Pulp. It's 100% worth the board wide perplex and prob.
I think you can make the argument for Pulp for sure, but if you field this guy in competitive, he gets taken out immediately for 30 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, then
that's a very interesting version of that for the 30 points. I think that's neat. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I just don't think you play him at 125. He just doesn't do enough, especially when you can, because you're like, well, Pulp, and you look at what Thor does for 25 less points, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, what would you? I don't know, 80 points maybe, 75.
Yes, I think 75 for what he does. It would not have been bad at all because he's.
Yeah.
He's not like starting with Invincible, so I don't think that's that bad.
Yeah, he doesn't get that special damage power for anything besides that 30 points.
Yeah.
So like that's not even.
Yeah,
It's as if they're they're like, oh, the crew is just too good. We have to,
Yeah,
it's not.
when
So
it's
that is
actually
obviously built into its tank cost because there's no way it's not.
Yeah.
I think that 30 points, if you have it on the right build and you need Perplex and Prob and you get it that goes the whole board, you're not super upset about it.
He's like a rare, what's his name? Faust.
You play him in sealed every time at 30 points.
Oh, absolutely, you do.
But they have to share a keyword? Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you can find that in this set. They've got Warrior all over it.
Yeah. All right, this is our first prime, 031B, Colonel James Rhodes.
I'm locked on. I have target lock. On what? On you!
So he is 80 points. He has the Shield team ability, Shield, Stark Industries, Armor, Politician, Soldier keywords. He's got a trait, Remote Drone Piloting. During force construction, you may add 5 points to Colonel James Rhodes' cost up to 6 times. For each time you choose to do so, add a War Machine drone bystander to your starting force. You got Leadership, and when Colonel James Rhodes uses it and succeeds, after resolutions, generate a War Machine drone bystander max 6. He's got 7 clicks of health. He starts on the top with a 10 running shot, 12 with a special attack power, 18 with a special defense power, and then 5 range, 3 bolts, and flight. He has improved targeting, elevated, and sees through hindering. The attack power that he has on the first 4 clicks is penetrating psychic blast and power. For each War Machine drone bystander, choose an opposing character within range and line of fire of that bystander. Make a ranged attack that targets the chosen character regardless of range and line of fire. Hit characters are dealt 2 damage instead of normal damage. And then the special defense power, also 4 clicks. It is ESD, Invincible, and Super Senses, and that's Protected Outwit. So this seems like a pretty strong prime. Where do you guys think he fits in contention with the other ones?
No, he's just too many points at 80 points because you're going to be wanting to build some of those. I think that if they would have dropped him to 50 points and leadership, whatever, he can still have leadership, but the only way you get those drones is to start the game. I think that'd be worth it, and he'd see play.
I mean, wait, but you generate them on leadership too, and you can start with any number.
No, what I'm saying is that if they removed it to where you generated it from leadership, then I think you could say for 50 points, because that way you're going to add an extra 30 points. So now he'd be 80 points.
Oh, I guess I don't know. I like the traded leadership. I don't.
No, I know, but now in order to do, I'm just saying he'd be able to be 80 points with all 6 of them. I think you could argue there, because you want all 6 and just go to town.
Well, the drones themselves are a 6 sidestep. They also have the shield team ability, 4 range, 11 energy explosion, and 17 toughness.
And they fly.
And they fly, yeah. They're not giants or anything.
Okay,
but
could be something here. I mean, he's that magic number 80-point prime, and we've seen what the last 2 primes, or 2 of the last 3 primes that were 80 points have been. The third one is still pretty good. I mean, he had a great showing at the monthly game, but it depends. Is Colonel James Rhodes going to go above Doc Sasquatch and C play, or is he going to be below him? I think he'd bring something completely unique. So I could see someone working around that.
I think you put politician 4 on your starting force and just make them 100 points, and then you power action once they're up there, and then they're making 4 attacks. That seems really good. Pensai for 2.
Well, and I was also thinking too, maybe the soldier, you get that Green Lantern at 40 points, and so he can carry all of them, and then you can sidestep them away, carrying others, and then sidestep to get to where you need to.
Right.
So you can
making 4 attacks, and then you still have you can still generate them by leadership also, and it's not like each one of them is worth 5 points. They're only going to score with the extra 20 if you make 4 of them if you actually KO Rhodes.
Yeah.
So I think there's something there. It'll just take a little bit to get built out and make it. It's definitely not as easy as Colossus, where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna run up at you and mind control you. Yeah. You got to build this and think it out a little bit more. Oh yeah. But he does some very cool stuff, especially at post rotation. It's I think that this is where he's going to have some time to shine before it gets a little bit harder to do so.
I mean, and you never know. Like, there might be stuff that comes out that makes him even better. He's got good keywords. I mean, we've seen we've seen stuff like this similarly. Like, it's not the same, but I mean, Punisher War Machine was pretty close there and did a lot. And I mean, he does quite a lot. So
Yeah, I forgot about the drones having shield, so that does bump him up like quite a
you're
lot.
suddenly making him an 8 range. I mean, that's really good.
And now,
this piece is awesome.
Yeah, I think he's really good.
He's awesome. I would play this.
If you equip him with something, again, Collector's Trove is coming out with a ton of equipment soon, and he's making the attack. So even though you can't bump up his damage, if there's effects, he could boost the effects. Like if Silver, you give him Spectral Ring, right? He would get,
or you give him the lightning, where if you're multi-targeting. I don't think
you could increase it.
Using bolt with the lightning, and he's not using bolts, so it wouldn't work.
That's right. But Spectral.
okay.
So let's just say Spectral, though. So for each War Machine bystander, choose an opposing character within range and line of fire of that bystander, make a range attack that targets the chosen character. He's making the attack, right? So you would get any boost off the equipment. Yeah. So I don't know if he's like the number one prime or anything, but I think that if you put some time into making this team, something's there. And then definitely look at him again when Collector's Trove comes out.
Silver, for sure, there's something there.
Silver,
it's about
So just to make sure I understand this correctly. So you get 4 of these little bystanders, right? So they both all got 6 movement and sidestep, and they can carry each other. So you can get these guys pretty much 14 to 16 across the board and then fire off the power action from him to attack 4 times.
Right. And that's only if you pay 20 points. You can also pay more than that. You can hit leadership, and now you got 5 turn 1, and then you're making 5 attacks. It's like a mini Scarab, kind of.
Yeah, they're 11 attack.
Yeah, and then turn 2, if they didn't do anything to him, then they're an 11 energy explosion that you don't care about too much.
Yeah, I love him.
And then, you even boost them up to 6 damage. They'll be for 7 range, 11 for 6. You know, I mean, it's like crap. I need. Let's go ahead and hit this. Obviously, I think you're just hitting for 3, but you can get 3 of them up there so that way they'll all have 7 range, hitting 11 for 3 energy explosion. That's not bad.
I know it's a prime, but I think it's easily one of the best pieces that we've covered so far.
Oh yeah, he's great. For the first prime out of the set, he's fantastic.
Yeah. All right, let's go to 032 Queen Storm.
I shall meet you at the monorail.
Queen Storm, she's Wakanda team ability X-Men. She's Wakanda.
Wakanda!
Deity and ruler. She's Queen of Wakanda. Empower leadership when Queen Storm uses either if a friendly Black Panther's on the map, other friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword are considered adjacent to her. And then Wedding of the Century at the beginning of the game, choose another friendly character that shares a keyword with Queen Storm. At the beginning of your turn, if the chosen character's on the map, heal Queen Storm 1 click. She's 75 points or 50 points. She has improved target hindering. So here's your first person that sees through. Well, has there been somebody else that sees through stealth? She sees through stealth.
Yeah, there's a handful.
There's been quite a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's huge though in this. So flight, running shot 6, 2 bolts, energy explosion, ESD, prob, which is great. And then her low dial is running shot, precision strike, ESD, and prob. And she is 9 clicks long at 75 points. And she's 6 clicks long at 50. I like her. I like her a lot.
I just love how long this dial is for 75 points. It's just like
even 50. I think you play her at 50. Get that precision. I think you save that 25 points. She has ruler, so yeah, that's. And then you just choose another friendly character that shares a keyword with Storm at the beginning of your turn. If the chosen character is on the map, you just heal her 1 click. That's not bad at all either.
Yeah, I like the precision strike better, but I feel like that trait is more beneficial on the 75 points. So you can just keep healing if you don't take her out. That's annoying.
Well, I mean, she's still 6 clicks deep for 50 points.
Yeah.
So they still need to really invest in a decent attack to kill her.
Yeah.
And she has stealth, so she doesn't share any keywords with Mern, so you're not really too worried about that, especially with Apogenesis gone, so Mern doesn't have X-Men.
What's the... What's the Black Panther she works with? Oh, 3-3. Oh, the
The
next one.
the next one.
Honestly, any of them.
No, it's
Oh no,
just,
it has to be
no, it has to be that one.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she specifically calls
Other
out
friendly
3-3.
characters with the Wakanda keyword are considered adjacent to her. So that's what's really great too, is because you have that Okoye that brings spy, matter to your lad, and gives him the Wakanda keyword, so he's going to benefit from her empower. So.
And then what is the how much better does the Black Panther make her? Do you want to, Miles? You just want to talk about him?
Yeah, well, so we have the 033 Black Panther.
Well, I am king of Wakanda.
He has the Avengers and the Wakanda team ability. His keywords are Avengers, Wakanda. Wakanda forever! Ruler and warrior. His trait is the King of Wakanda, enhancement and leadership. And when Black Panther uses either, if a friendly Queen Storm, which is 032, is on the map, other friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword are considered adjacent to him. At the beginning of the game, you choose another friendly character that shares a cure with Black Panther. At the beginning of your turn, if the chosen character is on the map, you heal Black Panther one click. He has a 75 and 50. 75, he's a 10, 11, 19, 3, which is with precision, charge, toughness, and outwit. And then his 50 points charge, the same powers, but it's 8, 11, 17, 3. And he drops to like some flurry with close combat expert. 9 clicks deep. It's tough because I mean that's both of them are great. I mean they're both rulers. So I mean is there? It's only scientists and soldiers. So, but there's also two from the Wakanda OP kit. You have the two figures that bring in soldier and scientist to Wakanda. That's huge. There's scientists. You have if you really want to do that, you can bring in Man Thing, and so now Man Thing is going to have a board wide +1 to his damage, as if 4 damage wasn't enough.
I think the only thing that I thought was a minor gripe is why Black Panther is giving enhancement and Storm is giving him power. I feel like that should be reversed.
You play them together.
Definitely.
I get.
No, it's a good
I
point.
get that. That was my only like minor critique of this. Is like it feels like Black Panther should be buffing.
That's the reason why. It's because he's supposed to boost up Storm's damage, and Storm's boosting up his damage.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
That's gonna be wise because it'd be weird for
You can't give him 3 range. I mean, come on.
Black Panther?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not just punching everything all the time. I love it. I like both of them. I think they should have had Politician top 32 at Worlds, but that's my only gripe.
I think I like him better at 75 and then Storm at 50.
Oh yeah, I love him at 75. He's great.
I'm at 75. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, 19 defense for an extra 25 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah,
I pay that all day.
And then Avengers team ability, so you can probably get that to a 12.
Well, if you're playing him together, he's always at least 4 damage. Well, 3 late dial, but I mean at that point you're probably in trouble anyway.
No, even late dial. If she's alive, he's a 4.
He's got close combat expert.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. I like him.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, Spider-Man.
No! Sorry, that's cheating.
All right, so now we are on to the Miles Morales Spider-Man, actually in the costume this time. I think this one surpasses even the Prime from Earth X, which was actually supposed to be.
The one that just rotated. I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that.
No. Sorry, the Miguel O'Hara that actually for some reason wound up being Miles in Earth X. He's 75 or 40. He has the Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man family, and celebrity keywords. He's got the TA, obviously. He's got a trait, an attack power, and a defense power. His trait is stealth, and opposing lines of fire can't be drawn to Spider-Man if he occupies or is adjacent to a non-debris terrain marker. I think that's fantastic. He's always got that really cool camouflage. His attack power, which he has on clicks 1 through 5, and then on clicks 9 and 10 of his secret identity, is Precision Strike. When Spider-Man hits after resolutions, give each hit character an action token, which is dope because he has 3 targets. So, and most of the time 3 damage, which is really cool. And then his defense power, which is on clicks 1 through 5 as well, and then the clicks 9 and 10 of his secret identity is reflexes, super senses. And then, so he starts with hypersonic, both of the special powers, and outwit for 75. And then for 40, you get 5 clicks, which are 3 clicks a charge, the attack and defense power, and then close combat expert. And then the last 2 clicks are sidestep, pulse wave, and super senses. He's got improved movement, elevated in characters. And then his secret identity is like a condensed version of his regular dial. I think he's amazing. This is, like I said, probably the best version of Miles we've gotten.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I am gonna play. Like, you guys are gonna get sick of me playing this piece. So,
No, the secret identity, bringing that back and him being able to come into this one, that's a fine like little combo right there. But just playing him at 75 points, I think is really cool. Like Dan said, this is, I think, the best Miles Morales we've ever made. We've had a ton of them that do similar things, but never with these stats and all at the same time. So I think that this is just an awesome 75 points to play. I played quite a few just like fun Spider-Man teams, and I'm never happy with the Miles that I play.
yeah, like I've played a couple of different like versions of Miles. Like the one that I used to play a lot was the LE, that like the unreleased one that that was released late. But this one blows that completely out of the water.
There was which one are you talking about? The MV23?
Yes, where he's like it's the redial of the handstand Spidey.
Yeah. Oh, the one I'm thinking of is the 55 point play at home kit one. Was that the 98?
Okay. He's okay. I also like
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So 55 points, he
yeah.
kind of does similar things with the in cap instead, but you deal a little damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is just so much better on so many levels. It's way more fun, way more playable.
I like him as the trash can Spider-Man call-in after you bring in Peter Parker, and then Peter Parker turns into this Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
For Silver.
Can you actually do that?
Because his name's Spider-Man and not Miles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually hilarious.
He's great. I like him a lot.
Yeah, this is definitely one that I'll be playing for fun on weekends or on weekdays. Pete, bring us into Venom.
Venom with 2 M's. He has Wakanda team ability. He's Hydra Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Animal assassin, mystical, and scientist. He has a trait, poison, safeguard poison. When Venom, with 2 M's, uses poison, he deals penetrating damage. So that's great. And then he has another trait, mind control, but only to target bystanders and characters with the animal keyword. Power generated Viper bystander max of 3. If Venom damaged an opposing character this turn, this trait's power is activated as free instead. He is 2 targets, 0 range. He is plasticity, blades, toughness, and leadership. He's 40 points. He's 5 clicks. And then he goes to a flurry, blades, super senses, exploit, back dial. And his Viper bystander is a 0 range, 6 speed plasticity with poison, super senses, and 2 damage, and it's tiny.
So I think this guy's kind of neat. Do you guys think it would break him if his mind control could target also friendly bystanders and characters with the animal keyword?
I think so. There's tons of potential for mind controlling friendly characters, especially in Silver with animal. Like that's the last thing you need.
So what about just bystanders though, like his Vipers?
I think his Vipers. I think that would be fine. Honestly, this character's actually a very interesting character. He didn't really see a lot of publications outside of the 70s, but interestingly, looking up, he actually in 2022 made, this is how sad Black Panther's villains list is, top 15 most powerful Black Panther villains list he made. So it's crazy. He's a really cool character. Horatio Walters is just an amazing name.
And then Dan,
I like him.
Did you say what the Vipers do?
Wait, what?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking. Yeah, my bad.
Not me.
No,
it's
okay.
good.
The poison with plasticity and super senses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he's very interesting for sure. Like it's and I'd like want to make use of the mind control because it's like I want to give him charge just so he has like a movement attack, so then I can pop the bystanders out for free.
Put a bike on him.
Yeah, because like for 55 points, that doesn't feel that bad to me. and then you pop out a poison character that can then actually poison because they were generated. So then you have, you're like, hey, I've hit you. Oh, you don't have a reducer. My snake's gonna poison you now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty neat, and only 40 points. Yeah, he doesn't have the movement attack. He's randomly got leadership on his top dial. But I think it's pretty neat there. How did he get his powers? What is he?
So he got his powers from a chemical accident.
The classical chemical accidents.
Yep, and then he befriended some snakes, which were shunned like he was. And then while studying them, he developed an immunity to their venom.
Okay, that's.
Yeah. And then Eric Killmonger recruited him to invade Wakanda, and that's how he stowed away on a plane to go and attack Black Panther and the vibranium mines.
It sounds like a fun team to pair up, actually.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, I know you're excited for Ares.
Where did Ares come from?
I think he's from Asgard or something. Right? You're from Asgard?
Asgard? Asgard! You dare! Ares is not from Asgard! Ares comes from Olympus!
Oh yeah, because he is going to be on my sideline until he rotates.
So does this make since the Marvel Ares has always been known as Ars, since he's just not good, has he finally evolved to become Ares instead of Ars?
I think so. I also think like it could be playable in Pulp, because he is really cheap, and being 7 clicks for 55 points is for what he offers is actually pretty solid. So I could see that in Pulp for sure. So he's 55 points. He's Avengers, Dark Avengers, Armor, Deity, Past, Soldier, Warrior. He's got the Divine Favor trait, and his next trait is from Olympus, Ares' Armory. So sideline active once per game. When a friendly character that can use Blades, Claws, Fangs makes a close attack, they may target all adjacent opposing characters with that attack. If they do, they must roll Blades, Claws, Fangs for that attack, and they roll a separate d6 for each hit character. When they do, if Ares is on the map, the minimum result is instead that character's printed damage value plus 1.
Yeah, for 55 points, and he can do that himself. That seems really good.
Yeah, and it works with Giant Reach. So if you have someone with Giant Reach, like if you find a way for Kong to have it with 3, his Giant Reach 3, then he can hit everyone within it for that. So, and he does share deity with Kong. So, yeah. And actually now, although I'm thinking about deity, yeah, you have to play, even though we're going all the way back to him, that Amadeus Cho because of Kong. He just destroys Kong.
Oh yeah, you can just take a gift card out with. Yeah.
I just remembered that. So yeah, Amadeus Cho is meta.
Yeah, I think this guy's great. He'll see a lot of play for his sideline active, but I think he could see play for that. So
I think the sideline slots, it's probably good, especially with the figures we have that shut off sidelines. So you want figures on your sideline that will still get use.
Yeah, absolutely.
By them shutting off.
And yeah, I've played this guy's effect a couple times now, and it's disgusting.
Yes, the first time you did it, you hit 3 people for 6 damage each. Was awesome.
And then, Dan, did you say Pulp would be pretty cool with him too?
I think so.
12
I think
for 4,
he's deep enough for 55 points, and for his extra trait of just being able to crank out a massive amount of damage in one hit, I think could be really good. So
yeah. And when was the last time we got him? Because I don't think since we've been playing, we haven't gotten one.
Superior Foes, I'm pretty sure, is the last time we got one.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in Superior Foes. He wasn't. I don't recall him being great. This is a really cool piece. This is a nightmare for Dan to have access to this. Honestly. I'm going to be building on people to get rid of sideline active stuff on every team now, it looks like.
Pete's got 3 Black Panthers.
3 Black Panthers.
Let's see, Midnight Angel.
What is this contraption's name anyway?
The Midnight Angel.
Midnight Angel.
037A miles.
Yes, we have the Midnight Angel, which is the Wakanda TA. Has the keywords Wakanda. Wakanda forever! Armor, Assassin, Spy, and Warrior. With a trait and a special defense power that's throughout the entire dial. They're 50 points. I don't think you ever pay 50 points for them. because of their sideline active, which is their trait. Friendly characters with the Wakanda keyword have 3. Remove any 4 vibranium tokens from your sideline. If you do, replace this character with Midnight Angel on click 1. So that's really good. You can have just cheating like a 15-point Wakanda character, and all of a sudden they're now this 50-point piece.
That's amazing.
With a special power that's combat reflexes and vulnerability. And they're 6, 11, 18, 3 with 3 range, and it's sidestep, precision strike, and power, plus the combat reflexes and vulnerability. I think that is definitely worth it in pulp to have the vibranium tokens. And this is like I said, the weapons aren't even really useful. Like you're still able to get her on even without bringing the weapons in. But yeah, I think there's a world where you play her main force. Not main force, but modern 300-point modern
on your sideline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many ways to bring in cheap Wakanda pieces.
Well, it's also the fact that you could swap, say, like, and there's a bunch of even 50-point pieces, right, that are pretty good, and so you could, they're low dial, right, and then suddenly you're bringing this piece in, and it's now top dial, and
so you have those 2 30-point leaderships for Warrior.
Oh yeah,
Okoye and Achille. They roll leadership on a 6. They already have 2. And then you get 2 when if you roll a 6, and then you can change this free 15-point figure into a 50-point figure.
Yeah, there's definitely they're worth putting on your sideline if you're doing Wakanda.
Yeah, I don't know if I do that just because I don't want to cash in points like that, because then you kill one of them and you're up 50 instead of 15. But I was more thinking for like, oh, if my 50-point guy is really low and I can't heal him, but I have vibranium, I can now swap into this, and then I have a top.
Oh yeah, just like late game if you roll like you're dying and you just have
well, you're replacing
like
them, so you're not losing those points.
No,
what I'm about this.
The replacement's more expensive than the
50,
piece.
Yeah. Okay. If this thing gets KO'd, you're saying that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's a nice option for the Wakanda. It makes the vibranium stuff super useful. There's a bunch of small pointed pieces that, like just that Shuri that makes vibranium on power actions. So you just sit there in power action if she's not doing anything else, and eventually you're popping this piece out.
And there's games too where it just doesn't make sense to use the vibranium right away, and you can keep hitting leaderships and stockpiling it. So yeah, you're always putting it on your sideline just in case the right time comes up, because it is free too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that leads us to the next Prime, 037B, Tila. Tila has the Wakanda team ability, and then keywords are Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Armor, Assassin, Spy, and Warrior. First trait is Specialized Force. When a friendly character uses Sidestep, they instead may move up to 3 squares. And then the second trait is Assassinating Doom. Free, choose an opposing character that healed since your last turn. Place Tila such that she may make a close attack targeting that character, then do so. And then a special damage power, Leadership. Other friendly characters with the Wakanda or Assassin keywords within range modify attack and defense +1. So that is modifiable though, right? It's just within range, so you could bump that up. She's got a 4 range. She has improved movement, elevated outdoor blocking, and characters. And then she's got a 75-point line and a 50-point line. It's 75 points. She has 7 clicks. She's an 8 charge, 12 blades, 19 toughness, and a 3 of that special damage power. And then at 50 points, she's got 4 clicks with a sidestep, 11 blades, 18 toughness, and 3 of that special damage power. Obviously, right now you're playing Talon on Assassin for primes, but I don't think there's a better prime for Wakanda, right?
I don't think there's
any.
Silver there is.
Not well.
Not in silver. There
not
is.
Until later.
No, never mind. I don't think that the Wakanda keyword was. I don't even think that was a thing back then.
No. But
Black Leopard does not have it.
Black Leopard doesn't have Wakanda?
I do not believe so. Oh yes, he does. Okay, I thought that it wasn't around before then. So yeah, never mind. Yes, he does.
So I got to play her on
Black Leopard wants a word, but she's great.
She was pretty good. Yeah, Pete, you played against her too on that Wakanda team that I had. What did you think about playing against her?
The sidestep 3 is really, really, really big. especially for a lot of these pieces that have sidestep but no true move and attack. So lets you set up things pretty efficiently. And then a lot of these are, offering additional boosts to their team. So I think she's great.
I also just find
Well,
it
Matter
funny.
Eater lad now gets that extra square. I think that's huge.
Sure. I think one of the bigger things though is the modify the attack and defense +1. I think that's where she was big, is because of that, and then the Wakanda scientists giving out the armor for +1. I think you missed them a few times by like one point, right, Pete?
Yeah, and she's a retail essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody heals, and here she comes.
Which I don't really like her flying across the map with just a blades roll. But again, when you start thinking about collector's trove and equipment, that could be crazy if she's coming across doing something crazy with something that comes out of there.
Well, say you're Dan, you throw her across the board, and then you roll your 7 dice of Ares, and you hit 6s every time, and the other team's dead. And game over turn 2. So, thanks for coming.
Black Panther on your team, and she has trick arrows. Boom! All of a sudden, she's hitting for 4 damage, and you have a trick arrow you can drop.
Oh yeah, the trick arrows aren't bad. The you can't do the retail though and hit multiple people with that blades, because it's just choosing to put. Oh, that's free though, so you could follow it up after that. So never mind.
Yeah,
that is better.
Free attack, and then
Yeah,
I should be on a podcast.
All right, Pete, why don't you tell us about M'Baku?
I, M'Baku, leader of the Jabari.
Oh, I'd love to tell you about M'Baku. He's M'Baku. That's his real name. He's got Wakanda TA. He's Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Brute, ruler, and warrior. He's got a trait, leadership. It's out of the mountains, leadership. Power, if no characters have been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that damaged a friendly character with Wakanda keywords into your last turn. Place M'Baku such that he can make an attack targeting the chosen character, then do so. Then he's got a special attack power, precision strike, and quake. He moves over elevated and through characters. He is 70 points or 50 points. He is charge 11, 18 invuln with 3 close combat experts, so he's really a 12 for 4. And then 50 points, he's essentially just 1 less on the attack and 1 less on the defense and damage. So he's still 8, 10, 17, 2, but he's really 11 for 3. But he's retail for Wakanda, so he's gonna be hitting a lot of tables, kids, around these parts.
I love this piece. Like charge, quake, precision strike, plus the improved movement. He's your leadership for 50. He's retail. Like, yeah, I'm all about this. So,
do you think he could have been the same points and that retail was free if a friendly character was KO'd with the Wakanda keyword?
Yeah,
I think so. I just know that they're obviously getting rid of the free retails, but
well, we just saw it. I know she's a prime, but we just saw it.
Yeah, she's prime, but yeah.
I mean, I like retail on pieces that are more like it's more akin to something specific than just you attacked or damaged a friendly character, then we pop across the map. So I don't know. It's nice to see it on like non-colossal pieces that are like specific.
So
this one looks pretty cool in person.
I mean, he still looks
Precision Strike Quake is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is a piece you want to play if you pull it in sealed, and I might I don't know about modern competitive, but he's just a good piece.
What about Pulp?
But Precision Strike Quake is huge.
Pulp for sure. Yeah, Pulp for sure.
I think even modern for Wakanda. If you're going to make Wakanda work, I think you need him. He's got the leadership. I think you even play him at probably 70 points. 50 points more likely, but I mean, him hitting 11 for Precision Strike Quake, huge.
We haven't even looked at any of the like the super rares and on though. Everything we've looked at is a CUR, so I think there could be something there for a Pulp team with Wakanda for sure.
Yeah.
Once we get into some of these other pieces, we'll see if it can be competitive. But yeah, I think it's definitely there for Pulp. All right, then we have 039 Vanisher.
Vanisher. Maybe the wind can't blow it. Let's see. Really?
Vanisher has the Brotherhood of Mutants team ability, and then keywords are Brotherhood of Mutants, Hellfire Club, Marauders, Sword, X Factor, and X Force. He's got a special speed power into thin air, phasing teleport, passenger 2. When Vanisher is given a move action until your next turn, opposing characters can't target him unless they're adjacent to him. And then a special defense power, super senses. If no opponents have vibranium tokens on their sideline, Vanisher can use combat reflexes. Very specific. He's only 25 points for an outwit taxi. He's got 4 clicks, and the top is the 11 with the special speed, no attack power with a 10 value, and then an 18 with the special defense power, and then 2 outwit.
I think that's pretty solid for 25 points.
So this is a very awesome nod to the original Vanisher, who was amazing. Vanisher was just a tie-up piece originally, the same point value, and he had a 14 speed phasing and then senses. But you can actually carry people with this Vanisher, so I think this is a great nod to the original as well as making it better. Yeah, I really like him.
What about the keywords?
I mean, he's got some good ones. I mean, sword. There's something in sword in silver. So, because you can get X-Men into sword with Abigail Brand. You also have Prime Vision on that team. So I think swords is going to be something. You can even have him carry up Peeper for +2 speed if you really want. I mean, you know.
Why is he in this set though? He seems more like a X-Men side.
The whole entire thing was vibranium. That's why it's disrupted by vibranium.
Yeah.
So he just took a vacation to Wakanda to get some vibranium one day, and then went back to fighting the X-Men.
Yeah, it's because from looking at it, this is actually after I read it. So apparently, I guess in 2016 during the Marvel Now, he started smuggling stolen vibranium out of Wakanda in order to sell it to criminals, and he's defeated by Casper Cole, who is unfortunately not in the set. But yeah, so it looks like
he's been a mercenary. He's been all over the world. So he's shown up in Wakanda and other places too.
This is the character that Brad Pitt plays in Deadpool 2, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Miles, you want to go with Ironheart?
Yep. So Ironheart, we have I was looking up Vanisher, so I have to go all the way back to Ironheart real quick. Ironheart has the team ability. She's 115 points or 30 points. She has a keywords champions, Latveria, Stark Industries, Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Armor and scientist. She has 2 traits and a special attack power. First trait, scan for targets, perplex. When Ironheart uses it to target a friendly character, that character can use improved targeting hindering until your next turn. Then the other one is Natalie, free. If Ironheart has 2 action tokens, make an attack. And then her special attack powers on her first 2 clicks at 115 and her click 5, which is also the starting point for 30 points. And it's penetrating psychic blast, precision strike. And its range, 4 targets make a range attack instead of normal damage. Hit targets are dealt 1 damage and are giving an action token. I think you play her at 30. I mean, I know 115 you get running shot, 8, 11, 18, 4 without wit, invincible, and then attack. But her at 30 with that perplex and then the free make an attack.
She's awesome
I
at
really
30.
like that.
Yeah.
I think, she's just an insane support piece.
Yeah,
and if you're able to bump up her attack, she's not going to be that psychic blast precision strike.
Yeah, with her keywords and giving out IT hindering, that is insanity.
Because there's a lot of figures that don't have IT hindering that. Man, I wish they did.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she lets them benefit from it.
And again, I think she just is another character, though, that higher point line is just so unplayable at 115. You have to play her at low at 30 points.
Yeah.
I mean, in Pulp, I could see this as a play at 115, but not in competitive modern. No.
That's just so much.
Yeah. It is, but she does. I mean, she does a lot for that top dial. I mean, she's your attacker. She's a support piece. She's making 2 attacks, so she's got 2 action tokens, or 2 2 attacks that turn, and then she's making another attack when she's resting that turn if you're not taking a token off. So
I just would like to see more higher point attackers that are not eating up so many points. Like, it just seems everything that we've seen that's over 100 points could easily have been 100 points, I think. Everything for 125, 115.
Compare her with Thor at 100 points.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I mean, I guess I'm just thinking like she shoots right through Thor is the thing. Like he's eating that 4 damage top dial. So and then he's just down to charge and Battle Fury. So
I guess I just shave 15 points off and then maybe a little bit lower. But at 30 points, she really is awesome. So I think that she'll see play on a lot of teams. This is the Ironheart that I mentioned, I think, an episode or two ago that I was talking to Austin about building on I think, Scientist team if it's out in time.
Yeah, Scientist could be real good.
I think the attack power is interesting because it's almost, I mean, really, it's almost Pulse Wave, but not quite. For range 4 targets, Pensai and Precision Strike.
Yeah.
And then they're both hit and they're taking 1 damage no matter what because a Precision Strike can get an action token. So I think she's great.
Do you bump her up to 45 and give her a motorcycle for running shot?
Maybe.
Maybe. That's a lot of points, though, but she needs a little bit more into the attack. I guess she's got Perplex, but that's really good. All right, Dan, the last one is 041 Killmonger.
I want the throne.
He has the Wakanda TA. He's got the Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Assassin, Ruler, Soldier, Spy, and Warrior keywords. He's got 2 traits and a special damage power. He also shoots out of adjacency. His first trait is Prey. When Killmonger starts the game, generate a Prey bystander. Passenger 1, but only to carry Prey. So Prey is his Jaguar. It is a 8, 11, 17, 2, charge blades, combat reflexes, 0 range. That's a dope little bystander. And his second trait is Precision Strike. When Killmonger or Prey KOs an opposing character, give Killmonger a Scar token. Free, remove a Scar token to choose one. The next time Killmonger attacks this turn, increase damage dealt to each hit character by 1. Or make an attack, but only to target characters that are 20 points or less. Or 20 or less points, sorry. And then his damage power, which is on his last 2 clicks, is Outwit. When Killmonger uses it, if he gained or removed a Scar token this turn, he can choose 2 powers instead of 1 on the same character. So for 70 points, you're a running shot, energy explosion, toughness, and leadership, and then you shift to sidestep, blades, reflexes, exploit, and then last 2 clicks are charge, blades, willpower, and the damage power. I think he's amazing. I love this piece.
Prey is a leopard jaguar in South America.
What was that?
I just know people are going to try and correct you. Prey is a leopard. Jaguars are from South America.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, he's a leopard.
Deep in the Amazon.
Yes.
No. Just kidding. No, it's tough. Like, I don't know. Like, 70 points is good, but like, so is 35 as a
a tertiary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him full boy just because I think you can really like energy explosion. That's precision strike is really powerful. And then if you have the Scar token, you're increasing the damage dealt, so it's a 3 damage EE.
And then you also have the 3 bolts, and you can't tie them down because you can shoot out of adjacency. 70 sounds like a little bit, but I think that actually might be worth it. Again, definitely in pulp.
And he's got a bodyguard. Like, it's still a bystander that's reflexes and charge.
Like, you can compare him to like Kazar's Zabu, and he's just leagues better.
Yeah.
I mean, 8, 11, 17 is huge.
Well, that and Prey actually plays into his trait too, because if Prey KO is something, you're getting a Scar token too. So you can gain.
And he's a great tie-up piece. Yeah, I mean, 19 defense up close is. Prey is really good.
Yeah, so I love this piece as a rare. Like, I mean, you'll see me play this piece quite a bit probably.
I guess my only criticism is the damage power is on the last 2 clicks.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. I was like, why is this here?
Yeah, but at the same time, it is just outwit. That blades and exploit weakness is not terrible for that first one.
No, he's great.
And then you either have to finish him off, or he does get a good outwit.
Yeah, you have to target him, or he's going to start killing things. I mean, that's what he's going to do, which is what Killmonger would do. So I think he's awesome.
So that's the last of the rares. If you compare all of the modern sets right now, which would be Notorious, Wheels of Vengeance, Deadpool, Weapon X, Marvel Studios' Next Phase, Masters of Time, and Black Panther. Where would you rate the top 3 CURs?
Masters of Time hits number 1. I think Notorious is number 2. And Next Phase? No, not Next Phase. And I'm gonna put this one at 3 because of how good these rares are.
I think that it offers just so many lower point pieces that it really helps fill out really good teams. Dan, what would you say?
I think this is, for right now, this is my number 1 because these pieces fit my playstyle, but I think it's this one. I still think Notorious is number 2, and I think Masters of Time is number 3. But that's just these are.
Master of Time has Predagaton.
I understand that.
Yeah, no. I think that those top 3 sets, though, I think that you can argue them in any way because I think they all 3 bring, like, yeah, and it's crazy that the 2 legal DC sets are in the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that, but then you also have, well, I guess Ironheart's 10 more points, but she's still an amazing 30 points for that, for just a support piece, because that's what we called her. I mean, Shuri does something very similar, and she's an uncommon, and she's 30. So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Pete, what would you say your top 3 in order for CUR sets right now in Modern?
Masters of the Time is number 1. Number 2 is this set for me because there is so much in this set that builds on this set. Like, if you're going to start playing, you say, oh, you know what, I'm going to try Pulp. There's a very reasonable Pulp build just out of this set alone. And there's stuff that you can do in Modern that's fun, maybe not hyper competitive, maybe you're not taking it to Worlds, but there's teams that you can play out of just what we've reviewed this set and other existing Wakanda things, like the Iconics Hulkbuster, where you're like, there's something here, like I can make this work. And then my third one would be Notorious. Notorious is just there. That's really, really good too. It's almost hard to put that one 3, but I love this set so far. I've been very happy with the CURs.
Yeah, I would say I agree with the Masters of Time being first and then this being second. And then I almost like, I think Deadpool Weapon X, honestly, though, is third over Notorious. I think it offers a lot more stuff. What do you guys like about Notorious so much?
The goons.
Yeah, goons are great. Lex Luthor, I still think Lex Luthor in Pulp is just an insane piece that gives your entire team outwit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Necron is obviously amazing. Black Adam's obviously amazing for Pulp.
Well, yeah, Necron's banned.
Yeah, I'm thinking just in general, like Necron we know is just good. Like I know he's banned in Pulp, but I mean, like,
yeah, Black Adam for Pulp, I think is just amazing.
Yep.
And then the 100-point what's his name? It's Great Lightning Lord. That's just for Pulp.
I think Black Manta is underrated. I think Dolphin just needs a little bit of love because I mean I played him in Sealed, and the bonuses he offered for Dolphin were disgusting. So, and it was very easy to proc.
Notorious gave us Assassins. It makes it playable as like a top tier modern meta team because of Talon. And then the other pieces are good. And then there's like the one that I always go back to in the CUR of Notorious that I can't understand why he doesn't see play as Zod.
Yeah,
he's great.
Yeah, like even especially for Pulp, like 90
points. Yeah, but after this post rotation, I think that he's gonna see some play.
Or like 15 points for Cordian Thunderer, who can get a god for free. So now you have a sidestep Pulse Wave that can now be outwit support for 15 points.
I think it's just the number of pieces that make Notorious. Like Necron is just phenomenal, and he without Necron, like the Black Lanterns really don't go at all. So he's just a great piece by himself too on Monster, and Deity and Herald. So
yeah, there's too many misses I think in the CUR versus Notorious. Now that I'm looking at Deadpool Weapon X again, so I'd probably have to say Masters of Time and then Black Panther and then Notorious. So I think Black Panther honestly taken second is pretty good. what really helps it is all those low point support pieces and low point attackers. I think that's going to change a lot of what you see on the field.
Well, you're not necessarily building Wakanda. I mean, maybe you are if you're me, but there's like Warrior got a huge uptake in this set.
There's a
Like,
handful of
there's
assassin and what's a scientist got big.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Yep.
What were you saying though, Pete, about Warrior also?
No, Warrior is just it's back.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's you want to look at it again in modern, and you have heralds, you have scientists, rulers. Like ruler, you know, Prime Colossus needed help. Wait, he didn't, but here we are. So, you know. And that 006 Amadeus Cho, there's a problem for Kong right there.
Yeah, as we kept going down the list, he seems more and more playable after looking at more pieces come up.
Yeah, I mean, because we're looking at what deity was the thing, right?
Yeah, and that's huge for Kong. Like that's
I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that's kind of big. That I mean, that's Necron too. Like he makes Necron.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not as good. Darkseid we've mentioned. Let's see. I'm trying to see the Prime Domino. If she picks up any steam, I mean, you can.
No, he's extremely good.
Yeah.
For 35 points.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't even gotten into the super rares or chases and the legacies, and so I mean, there's tons of more stuff to come. So I'm very happy with this set.
Did you guys have anything else you wanted to add on the CUR set review?
Speaking, I want more rares than I do super rares out of this set. If that speaks to anything of how like
it's a good start.
Enjoyable the CUR is.
You know, I'm loving this set, and like all I have to say is
Wakanda forever.
That's all I was gonna say was Wakanda forever. I'm excited. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm glad to have him back.
I'm excited to get into the super rare one next week. So we'll be back on a normal schedule next week with our other set review and get both these out before the Red, White, and CLIX event. Again, if you want your chance to play this before it's possibly out anywhere else, a good place to go is there. They're going to guaranteed have the product to play. So if you are able to make it out to that event, please do so. Otherwise, we will be back next week. Thanks for checking us out.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!